Good morning and welcome to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash. It is getting set up for qualifying. It's getting ready to go down here in just a few moments, and it is going to be fun. It is going to be fast. Look at the crowd that is already here. It's going to be a great time, so let's get ready to kick it off. Good morning. I am Miles Hasquist alongside Mrs. Pam Hall. Ultra 4 USA is about to go down with some qualifying.
It's going to be fun. The course is fun. The qualifying course is a lot of fun. I'm excited for today. I know you are too. I'm excited for these racers. They're excited. They've been out here this morning early, getting ready. It's going to be an awesome day.
And it's going to be a super fast qualifier. I think the fast guys are going to break that 1 minute mark. It's really quick. It's just up and down about a quarter mile. It's a fast little wood section with a really nasty steep drop right behind us. And then another little downhill section. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fun. Qualifying is going to be huge because today it's going to be dusty. Tomorrow it could be muddy. The weather is going to be iffy. Today is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to rain overnight, so I think qualifying is going to be a huge, huge thing, Pam.
It definitely will be. Everybody knows that out here in Kentucky there's always mud. There's actually mud on the race course right now in the puddles, but tomorrow it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Some people have been saying it's Mud-tucky coming tonight, so we'll see what happens. But it's going to be absolutely amazing to see all this come together. I'm excited. I know you're excited. The racers are excited. The fans are excited. I mean, we are about to get this down. So we're going to bring in our one and only Alan Johnson to the stage, get everything kicked on up, and we're going to get this qualifying going here in just a moment. So hop in here, Alan, and we're going to do a little invocation, kick off the national anthem, and get this party started. Alan, thanks for joining us up here in the Project X booth, and it's going to be a good time.
Thanks, Miles. All right. Well, if we could all bow our heads. Okay? Father God, we just want to thank you so much for the gift that is today. We ask for safety for our drivers and our crew and our team members. We thank you for just the many blessings you give us when it comes to the ability to worship and the ability to just praise you. So, Lord, thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Well, thank you, Alan, for that. Keep everybody safe and sound. And now it's going to be the greatest song in the world about the greatest country in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your cap, and we are going to get the greatest song in the world going right as we speak. Well, thank you. It's going to be a great weekend going. Qualifying is about to go down right now, so we're going to bring up a schedule here in just a moment and show you the rundown of what is going on right here in just a minute. And qualifying is about to go down, but look at the rest of the schedule right now. So the Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash qualifying is getting ready to start right now. We're going to start with the 4600 Spider Track stock class, and then we'll do the 4500, the 4900, the 48s, and then go to the 4400 at the end. It's going to be amazing. And then at 10 a.m. Sorry, it's noon Eastern time. We're going to kick off the race today. Sorry, this is Saturday's coverage. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time, we'll do the EMC races, and then the 4400 in the afternoon.
Tomorrow's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. Talking to the drivers, they were talking about the trees out there, trying to go through them. There's some tight spots out there. It's going to be challenging for the 4400s tomorrow.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. So tomorrow it's going to be an 8-mile course, 11 either ors, lots of heavy hitters in there. I see Jody Ford, Caden Hunt coming through, but we are get to take off with a 4600 Spider Track stock class. That is Derek Allersler, number 674, out of Alabaster, Alabama, with Rusty Nail Racing. He's in a Toyota FJ 4-liter, Raceline wheels, Warren, Factor 55, Yukon, Coyote Tire Liners, Yoda Mafia, and LFD Off-Road. Derek's been helping us out. We were actually trying to look for a air compressor yesterday. He's out of the crowd, says, I got one. I'll run and go get it. Our guys followed him to his camp. He gave us an air compressor. I mean, that's what the Ultra 4 USA family is all about, is everybody's here to help everybody, and we are about to get this party started, Pam.
Yes, it's awesome to see an FJ Cruiser coming out here to race with us this weekend. It's super exciting. I saw that yesterday. I'm like, oh my goodness. An FJ.
Yeah, the 4600 Spider Track stock class is a great place to debut the factories, with all the Fords, the Jeeps, the Toyotas. It's really great to see all the different manufacturers out here. And speaking about that, the UTV class is super, super heavy. We've got I think we're about 66, UTVs. There'll be 3 different classes going on during that. But the 4600 Spider Track stock class is about to kick off here very, very soon. We are in Rush, Kentucky. This is a 7,000-acre park with over 100 miles of trails. We are just touching a small portion of this. It's an amazing park. EB and his entire staff does an amazing job. They've been helping everything, getting parked and everything. This place is absolutely amazing. Rush is in the tri-state intersection between Ohio, West Virginia, and Northeast Kentucky. Looks like JT Taylor, our Ultra 4 USA race director, is about to send Derek off the line here momentarily.
It's so exciting right now. It's like the butterflies. I know it's only a short track right now, but like you were saying, it's all about qualifying. But today, not so much for these guys. There are 6 of them out there. The dust isn't going to be a huge issue for this class.
I think the dust is going to get worse and worse as they go on. So right here on race day, they'll take a right, but now during the qualifier, they take a hard left. It's about 150 feet up this steep hill, and then you take another hard left, and you're back on normal racetrack, and then you do the nasty drop, and it's going to be very exciting. So, and then we have lots of cars yet to come.
Next up is going to be Mick Henson. He is the 4619 in another Toyota.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So Mick Henson is going to be a great one to watch. He's out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, number 4619 with Rusty Nail Racing. And he's in a 1985 Toyota SR5 DAO Racing Engine 22RE and Diamond Axles. Great to see Mick Henson and Rusty Nail team up. They've had a really good team. As Derek, we'll see what kind of time he goes on. The times will get faster and faster as it goes. So the green flag is out for Mick Henson. And we have a couple stick cameras out there and a couple drones, so we'll bring you the action as we can, as Derek will be our pole setter, the 110. That was a very respectful run, don't get me wrong, but now I'm going to say that some of the UTVs and 4400s are going to be in that about 50-second mark, and I was thinking right around that minute mark, I think I'm going to be 10 seconds off. They're going to be pushing.
Yes, and Derek just came through with a 110.235.
Yeah, a very respectful run. He'll be extremely excited with that. So lots of action out there. The drones will be following these guys in and out of the trees. Mick Henson out on course for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash. Pam, this is going to be great. I see one of the Greaves cars right behind me. Great to see them. They've been racing King of the Hammers with us for quite a while, but they're out here putting their mix in with the Ultra 4 out here in the trees. Great to see a stock field. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yes, talking to Johnny yesterday, and I was like, how do you like it out here? And he's like, it's different than what we're used to, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
actually, he's right over here behind us here.
So we'll be getting a Mick Henson. We'll get a time. So he's already made it the super steep. Now this is the coming right towards the Raceline wheel start finish. He'll do a hard left turn and go on through.
Mr. Mick Henson, I love that Toyota.
A 122, so 12 seconds off Derek Haussler. But this is his kind of style. Here's Doug Lamford, I believe.
46.99.
Out of Greensboro, North Carolina with Outlaw Off-Road. He's in a Jeep JLU 392 Hemi. So a big engine in this one. Curry, Fox, Nitto, Raceline wheels, PRP, tire lights, Warren, Factor 55, Miller Motorsports, HP Tuners, and Next Venture Motorsports. He's got Rob Craven riding shotgun with him. Kind of a new rock crawler build on this one.
And that hill that they're going up is quite steep, but the one that they're coming down at the end is very, very steep.
It's super steep. I wish we could get a camera on that, but I think we will later. But I'm telling you, it's about a 20-foot, and it is straight down. When we built the course, it was full of leaves, but it's already burned in real good. There's a little bit of a berm at the bottom, but if you push too hard, that's definitely a spot that could bite you.
And Miles, I can see the line behind us here. So our next up will be the 4662 of John Lachey. Coming up here in just a moment.
Yeah, this is the 4600 Spider Track stock class. They'll be taking off today at noon. Remember, everything is Eastern time, and it's going to be a great day, a great weekend of racing. So John Lachey with Bryce Light Shower riding shotgun number 4662 out of Milford, Michigan with LMS Off-Road Racing. He's in a 1985 Toyota 22RE, diamond rear axle, Lachey Machine Servicing. Bill Stein, Yukon, and Contour Graphics.
And there is
Doug Lanford grabs that checkered flag.
Doug Lanford with the 118.908.
So that puts him in that second position currently. We do have 6 in the 4600 Spider Track stock class. And then up next will be the 624.
Mr. Roger King.
Roger King. He'll be racing double duty. He's racing also later on today in the 4400 class. So Roger King and Jared Johnson, number 624 out of Sparta, Tennessee with Team Robbie Bobby. He's in the Jeep TJ 4-liter Atlas Rock Crusher 60 axles. Mickey Thompson, Raceline wheels, King, and Brannick. He first started racing the EMC class back at King of the Hammers in 2012, the first year we introduced the Everyman Challenge. So it's great to see him kind of getting back to his roots, but he's racing the 4400 class later on today as well. So Roger King, Team Robbie Bobby, is out on course.
And that's a good seat time, being in 2 different classes like that. And coming down the hill right there is the 4662 of John Lachey.
We'll get a time for him. So John Lachey crosses the Raceline wheels finish line.
And you can see right there the dust.
The dust is already, that steep uphill is going to get dustier and dustier as the day goes on. As we're watching Roger King.
And the 4642 on the line right there, that is Adam Collin.
I believe Sergio is riding shotgun with him. Part of the Warren crew. Great to see him out there. Out of Latham, New York with Rock Crawler Racing. He's in a 2004 Jeep JL with Curry axles, Nitto, Dirty Life race wheels, Rock Crawler suspension, Yukon, Savvy, Predator, Trail Gear, and HP Tuners.
And Miles, John Lachey's time coming through was a 129.539, so that puts him in that 4th position right now.
So Derek Hausler was first off the line and has held his lead by 8 seconds.
That's a good lead.
Yeah, he's got a good today's race. Sorry, they will be racing today.
Yes.
So they'll be taking off in 30-second increments. This race will be on adjusted time as Roger King grabs that checkered flag.
And that puts him in the 4th position at a 128.063. So Derek Hausler has a great time right now on that number 1 position. That FJ Cruiser definitely proved what it can do out there today.
Only 20 seconds is separating the field for the 4600 Spider Track stock class. What a great day of qualifying. We're just getting started, so let's give some love to Raceline Wheels, Amsoil, Mid-America Outdoors, Rugged Race Radios, Project X Lights, and Speed Sport. So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing sponsors, we would not be racing here in Rush, Kentucky today.
Our UTVs are getting lined up. They will be the next ones to qualify, and it is a stacked field.
So the 4600 Spider Track stock class has to have a stock OEM frame, factory engine, but may be replaced with anything in the same year, make, and model. 35-inch DOT tires, single shock factory suspension, mechanical steering, and grassroots. There's a lot of them out there.
Oh, and Adam Cullen just came through with a 117.884. That puts him in the number 2 spot. So Derek Ausler in that number 1 position. Adam Cullen in second.
So he gets that to take off first with that clean air later on today, and he does get 7 points to get that pole setter. So it looks like Adam Coots, number 3622, will be next. He's in the 4900 UTV class. Remember, there are 3 classes racing here today. We have the stock production, the Pro Mod, and the Open. Adam Coots is in the Pro Modified class. This is his first race with Ultra 4. He's come from the rock bouncing world, so it's really great to see him come with us racing some Ultra 4 USA. So Adam Coots out of Perryville, Missouri in the 4900 Pro Mod class. And he's racing a Can-Am, RCV, Raceline wheels, MRT tires. Paul Wolf and Hickman Motorsports has helped him. And like I said, this is his first race ever with Ultra 4 USA. And he is here racing with us today in Rush, Kentucky. I was talking to him the other day. He was a little bit nervous because, like I said, when you rock bounce, you got about 20, 30 seconds, right? Well, now he's going to be racing for an hour and a half plus a lap later on this afternoon.
And that's a new car for him. He's raced one rock race this year in it, but that is a new car for him this year.
Yeah, he got it from Paul Wolf and Hickman Motorsports.
Yes.
So great to see him out there, and this is going to be fast. Remember, we have over 60 UTVs racing today in 3 separate classes.
I'm so excited for the UTV class because it's such a large, and you always say a sub-minute. I can't wait to see what his timing will be. Adam Coots just crossed the finish line. Let's see what his time will be here in just a moment.
There are cars all over. This is going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of action. I missed who just took off the line.
Tanner Edmonds. I'm sorry, Miles, I interrupted you, but Tanner Edmonds in the 336 in the UTV stock class.
That's Tanner Edmonds out of Carrollsburg, Kentucky with Edmonds Racing. He's in a Can-Am McGuire and Edmonds Excavating. And this is his first Ultra 4 USA race as well. So, Tanner, welcome to the Ultra 4 family.
We have so many new names, so many new faces, people with new cars. It's going to be a great, great year. We do not have a time yet for Adam Coots, but Tanner Edmonds is off the line right now. He's about at a 57-second lap. And there he just crossed the finish line at a 58.943.
And off the line right now is 206 Ryan Dunham with Brandon Bohan riding shotgun out of Buckhannon, West Virginia with CMT Racing. He's in the 4900 stock class. He's in a Polaris Pro XP Super ATV shock therapy and Quad Boss tires. And again, another newcomer to Ultra 4. So 3 in a row. And up next is Jody Ford.
And that number 140.
He's been around with us for a very, very long time. So the time to beat by Tanner Edmonds is a 58.943. So off the line now is number 140, Jody Ford with Brant Irwin. Out of Markle, Indiana with Brannick Motorsports and a Polaris Pro XP, Raceline wheels, MRT, hose and fittings, Attica Power Sports, Warren, and Badlands Off-Road. He's been racing with us since 2018.
And Miles, Adam Coots' time just came up at a 52.208. So we have Adam Coots in that number 1 position, Ryan Dunham in that number 2, and Tanner Edmonds in 3rd position.
So they already beat my guess by 8 seconds, and then my new guess was going to be 50. So we're going to be right there. We still have a lot of fast guys yet to come. So now I'm going to say that 45-second mark is possible, but I do think they're going to be pushing because, again, with 60 cars on this 8-mile course, it's going to be very, very important.
Jody Ford just now on the drone going down that last hill. And there he is, just crossed the finish line. Jody Ford at a 51.668.
New pole position goes to Jody Ford. I know Stan Haynes, Mr. Brannick Motorsports himself, is here, and he's super excited for his buddy Jody and Corey Day. Corey Day is a co-driver. He's racing with 3 different drivers. He's going to have a busy day, but he's going to know this course extremely well.
He could probably have his eyes closed and go through it. It looks like Colin Smith in the number 335 is out on course right now. And next up, that will be going off the line, will be the 465
of Caden Hunt out of Plymouth, Indiana with Hunt's Motorsport. This is Chad and Nikki Hunt's son. It's his first time ever racing here at Ultra 4. He's done some Trek races, but Chad Hunt and Team Indiana has been racing Ultra 4 for such a long time. Now they're bringing the family in. Again, the future of our sport is out on course right now. Mr. Caden Hunt and that Polaris RS1. The visibility out of those cars is absolutely amazing. So we'll get a time for Colin Smith here shortly. Looks like he's a 109. So Jody Ford with a 51.668 with our pole setter so far. But with that many cars heading out, it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yes, and that is CJ Greaves right there on the line, getting ready to take that green flag.
Great to see CJ Greaves out here out of Wisconsin with Greaves Motorsports. He's a 4900 open class. He's in a Polaris, Factory Racing, Monster Energy, Vision Wheels, Toyo Tires, Fox Shocks, and VP Fuels. He started, he won, he got second place at KOH 2022. So let's take a ride with CJ Greaves, one of the kings up there in Crandon. Great to see him racing with us in Ultra 4 USA.
And newcomer Caden Hunt is sitting in that third position right now at a 52.862.
What an amazing race. So there's a lot of times, remember, go to live.ultra4racing.com for our live timing. That's what we have here in Project X booth.
And I love having the drone, but the drones just don't actually give us the actual visual of how steep the hills are. But that was CJ Greaves coming down the hill. Chris May just took the green flag in the 725. Greaves going through that Raceline finish line.
Wow, CJ
Oh,
Greaves
at a 58. 38. 58.38. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't put the point.
Yeah, correct. It sounded different, but CJ Greaves just stole the pole position from Jody Ford by right at 1 second. So CJ Greaves just smoked it.
That is
out on
awesome.
course right now is Chris May and Corey Day out of Townville, South Carolina with May Motorsports. He's in a 2020 Can-Am S3 Max. Barnes, Crawl Off-Road, PRP, Turner Axles, and Full Throttle Batteries.
And the 375 just took the green flag.
That's Josh Owen and Tyler Harvey with Westminster, South Carolina with Master Motors Racing. He's in a Polaris Razor, Outlaw UTV, Gear Grabber, INW, Tommy Glenn Chassis, and Costa Rica.
And the 725 just came through. Mr. Chris May with a 53.497, puts him sitting in that number 5 position right now. And on the line next will be the one and only Mr. Johnny Greaves in that number 22.
Johnny G out of Wisconsin with Greaves Motorsports. He's in the open class as well. He's in a Polaris Factory Racing Machine, Monster Energy, Toyota Tires, Vision Wheels, and VP Racing Fuels. He's won more championships up in Crandon than I can think of. So you think short course, you think of the Greaves, and they're out here racing. So we'll see if he can bump his son CJ off that pole position. Time to beat is 50.838.
And the 375
That's
of
Josh Owen,
sitting in that 8th position just now at a 1:463.
So the stock production has to have an OEM chassis. Reinforcing is allowed. Must run front and side plastics. Rear can be trimmed to fit a spare tire. And the biggest thing is a 33-inch maximum tire. Pro Mod is based on an OEM chassis. Aftermarket chassis are allowed. Must use stock suspension points, and you can go up to a 35-inch tire. And then open is open. 2,000cc. The new Pro R's out there racing. Build it, race it, dream it, and here we go.
And here comes Mr. Johnny Greaves coming to the Raceline finish line with a
Johnny Greaves all over the throttle.
50.222 just took CJ out of that number 1
by
position.
a half a second. So Johnny Greaves and CJ Greaves sitting 1 and 2. And there are so many UTVs that later on today we're going to do 2 at a time every 20 seconds on this 8-mile course. That's so we can get all these cars out on course before the leaders come back through to finish lap 1.
Exactly. There's so many. It's such a stacked field. We keep saying that. I'm so excited for today.
Wow, the Greaves are putting the show on. They love the trees out here in Rush, Kentucky for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Badge.
But Miles, CJ and Johnny, Carson Atkins just took the #1 position out of 45.812.
I missed him completely. Carson Atkins in that Yamaha just shaved off 5 seconds. That is absolutely amazing.
Miles,
Carson Atkins doing great.
That's awesome. I have to say, though, I mean, these guys are ticking off these good, quick numbers. But the people that are in the lineup behind us right now, the names that have not taken off the line yet,
it's my
goodness.
Kyle Cheney's here, Paul Wolf, Cole Clark. I mean, we have a lot yet to come.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what the fastest time is going to actually be today.
And I guessed that minute mark. I was off. And then I guessed the 50 seconds. And now we're at that 45, so it's going to be absolutely amazing to see how this all unfolds. And we still have a lot of fast ones yet to come.
All right, that's the 4:10 that just crossed the finish line. Let's see what that time will be here in just a moment.
That is Reed in a Hurry Murnham with AR Racing. And I believe he did have a little bobble. He had to back up on his run, so he was pushing hard towards the finish.
And it looks like we have the 7007 of Peyton Dumford has taken the green flag and out on course right now. On the line, taking the green flag just now is a 0618.
That is Aiden Gilbert, Little Gilbert, with his dad, Casey Gilbert. We'll see him racing later on today with out of Fenton, Michigan with Gilbert Brothers Racing. He's in a Polaris, Tensor, Method, Fox, Brannick, Big B, Fun Haver Off-Road, and Dynamic Motorsports. Great to see Aiden Gilbert following his dad's footsteps.
And the young lady at Peyton Dumford just took the checkered flag at a 1:03 of .894. Her dad is her co-driver out there. They ran last season. They're out here again this year. It's awesome to see such a young woman out here racing.
Yeah, Dirt Princess 7 with her dad, Jarrell, riding shotgun. They're out of Cincinnati, Ohio with Bandit Off-Road and Dumford Racing. There are a lot of cars heading out. And another new name to Ultra 4 is 106 Steven Rogers. Another rock bouncer out of Chattanooga, Tennessee with R Motorsports. He's a Polaris Pro XP, KMC wheels, MRT tires, RCV axles, Extreme Razor Performance, and R&S tile.
All right, the 618 of Aiden Gilbert just came through, and he did the sub-minute mark at a 56.805. Another young racer out here with us. Super awesome.
In the top 10, but I think that top 10 is going to get tighter and tighter and tighter.
Definitely. We have the 311 right now. Dustin Robbins on the line, getting ready to take the green flag here in just a moment.
And he just bought a new 4400 car, so he's racing double duty this weekend. So Dustin Robbins, number 311, out of Decatur, Alabama, with all things UTV. He's in the Pro Modified class. He's in the Can-Am, all things UTV, NRP, Optima batteries, Desert Craft moldings. Great to see him. His first race was, I think, Crossbars in 2017. So lots and lots of action going out there on course. Thanks to everybody for making this happen. Again, we need to give a huge shout out to Raceline Wheels, Amsoil, Mid-America Outdoors, Rugged Race Radios, Project X Light, Speed Sport, 360 Wraps, Laser Nut, Nitto, Warren, Optima Batteries, Factor 55, Spider Tracks, Brannick, Yukon, Whalen, the Off-Road Syndicate, American Outdoor Events, and King of the Hammer. So please support who supports the sport.
And the 831 of Bill Hiller just took that green flag. Another all things UTV. And there's Dustin Robbins just came through. He's definitely one
was a fast run.
With. Yeah, I can't wait to see that time because he came through hauling the mail at the end of that front.
So Bill Hilliard out of Eureka, Mississippi with all things UTV. He's in the 4900 open class, Can-Am, all things UTV, Vision Wheels, Super ATV, KMC, Maxxis, Vision, Dragonfire, and KB3.
All right, on the line right there is Mr. Paul Wolf in the 1018.
Paul Wolf won the UTV race last year. Last year he was battling with Blyler all the way to the end in the 4400 class. So Paul Wolf out of Brighton, Illinois with Wolf Racing. He's in the Can-Am, Raceline, Nitto, MAO, HCR, CA Technologies, Solinger, RCV, Halo Lockers, FK, Radflow, Brannick, Hitman Motorsports, Off-Road Patriot, Evo, Cryoheat, and JB Scale Graphics.
All right, next off the line is going to be the 926.
So Paul Wolf is definitely going to be one to watch all day today and tomorrow. But the Greaves are up front. Dustin Robbins just came in with a 52 seconds, so he's in the top 5 right now. But Carson Atkins is one to beat with that 45.812. But Paul Wolf, I know, is going to be in that top 10.
All right, Mr. Bill Hillard just jumped up. He's in the number 4 position. He came in just a few moments ago. We have all kinds of racers out there. The 64 up on the line next.
I believe Kurt Mackey just took off the line. He is also new to Ultra 4 Racing, so great to see him out there. He runs around with the rim reads.
So Paul Wolf is in that number 2 position at a 46.340. It's changed up a little bit. The timing has just updated. So we have Carson Atkins in the number 1 spot, Paul Wolf 2nd, Tyler Gibbs 3rd, Johnny Greaves 4th, CJ Greaves 5th.
Wow, what a stack field we have up front. And again, I do think that qualifying is going to be a huge thing as Kurt the Rocket Mackey out of Elkhorn, Nebraska with TR Racing is out on course.
The 64 just came through.
That was Kurt Mackey I was just talking about, so he just got a checkered flag. Sorry, I'm falling a little bit behind from time to time, but there's a lot of action on course, and we are bringing it to you hot. But again, this is the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. There's the 824. That is John Schuster with his wife Patty Schuster riding shotgun out of Blytheville, Ohio with Schuster Racing. He's in the 4900 Pro Modified class racing his Can-Am. He is a little new to UTV. He's been racing motocross and roundy round stock cars for over 35 years, but he's new to the UTV world and running with it.
I love how you say roundy round. That's what I say every time.
You know, a motorhead's a motorhead. We got people all over ready to race. The weather today is going to be about 80 degrees and absolutely beautiful, but they're calling for rain tonight, so it's going to change a lot of things up. This afternoon, we're going to run the 4600 Spider Track stock class. And then later on this afternoon, we'll be racing the 4900 UTV class. It's going to be an amazing race. So the stock class kicks off at noon. The UTV class races from 3 to 5, and then this evening, the Ultra 4 USA Youth class kicks off at 6 p.m., and that's going to be about a little quarter-mile lap down here on the infield. It's going to race for 15 minutes, and that's the future of our sport. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., the EMC classes, the 45 and 48s, take off for an hour and a half plus a lap. Tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon, the 4400, the biggest and baddest names in our sport will be taking off for a 2-hour race plus a lap. And then we will do a little bit of America Pro rock bouncing tomorrow evening. So again, thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in to Ultra 4 Racing, AOE.TV, and Speedsport.tv. Lots of great racing action yet to come. We are qualifying for the 4900 UTV class.
Stacked field. We're on a little bit of a hold here for just a moment. But Miles, the race course tomorrow, you were saying about the rain. The rain is going to definitely change it up. Drivers were asking about it last night at our mandatory drivers meeting we had. But you know what? It's racing. It's Kentucky, and there's going to be mud. A lot of mud.
It's either going to be dry and dusty or wet and muddy. And I've talked to a few people. Some people love the dust. Some people love the mud.
Yeah.
You can't have a perfect world. This is off-road racing at its finest.
And speaking of that, Woody Rose did a post on his social media, and he was like, you know what? I'm not a trees and mud guy, but I'm having a blast.
Yeah, it's amazing out here. And we need to give a huge shout out to Jason and Gayla Robinette, all of the volunteers, the Ultra 4 USA staff, AOE and MAO crew, media, safety, USAC, racers, fans, and marketing partners. We would not be racing here with that entire package. And don't forget, tomorrow, Speed Sport is going to do a 1-hour special covering the 4400 race. So it's going to be absolutely amazing to see what's going on. We've also got $20,000 in cash prizes for the rock bouncing tomorrow night. So much yet to come. And we've got a lot of vendors. I know we have Raceline, Amsoil, Warren, Factor 55 are here. And don't forget, we have our own. Go to the MAO Ultra 4 merchandise trailer. Angel, Carly, and Bailey are up there. They're slinging some merch.
Also, we have Nitto here. He came in the other day. He's on a tour like we all are on a tour right now. So
yeah, they're
lots
heading
of
straight
sponsors
to
here.
Cheat Beach. I mean,
Yes.
Everybody's here having fun. Lots of stuff going, but nobody wanted to miss this.
No, definitely not. Why would you not want to come here? This is such a fun, the anniversary weekend. EB and his whole entire crew, him and Peanut, have been working tirelessly along with the whole Ultra 4 crew, getting this all ready, and it's just been awesome.
Yeah, we're here in Rush, Kentucky. The next Ultra 4 race is up in Montana. We're racing with your mid-May, and then the biggest race of the season is Visions Off-Road, June 14th through the 18th at Mid-America Outdoors. So make sure you go to Ultra 4 USA. Check out the entire schedule. We've got a great season yet to come. Get on the MAO app. We've got that on the Google and the Apple platform. AOE.TV, Ultra 4 USA, and MAO Facebook, Speed Sport TV. Lots of ways to get on and check everything out. And then go to live.ultra4racing.com for our live timing. We're trying to get the course cleared up, everything checked out. So let's again give a huge shout out to everybody that makes this possible. Raceline Wheels, Amsoil, Mid America Outdoors,
Rugged Race Radios, Project X Lights, Speed Sport,
360 Wraps, Optima Batteries, Factor 55,
LaserNut, Nitto, and Warren,
the Off-Road Syndicate, American Outdoor Events, King of the Hammers,
Spider Tracks, Brannick Motorsports, Yukon Gear and Axle, and Wheelin'.
So please support who supports the sport. With all those amazing marketing partners, we would not be racing here today for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash.
824, getting some great camera time right there, just waiting for that green flag. Like you said, we're just clearing course, making sure all is good, and then we'll get back going.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long morning of qualifying, but it's so much fun. I can't believe how many. We've had 19 cars already take the line.
And there's a great shot of that steep downhill, so they're coming at us, and that, I'm telling you, is super, super dug out and super steep. The video never does it justice, but I'm telling you, I was in a short wheelbase Can-Am, and it's the back tires, you can feel them floating as you go down that hill, and they're going to be doing it at speed. I was just cruising around.
I climbed up that hill.
Amazing.
Doing flags. It was steep.
No, you were on the easier hill. There's another hill past that, and it looks like we are back racing. So John Schuster and Patty Schuster, number 824 out of Byesville, Ohio, with Schuster Racing and their Can-Am.
Getting ready to go up that first hill of the qualifying course. You said it's about 150 feet long, roughly?
Yep, and that's the only new part of this qualifying course. Right where he is right now, he's going to take a hard left, and now we're back on actual race course where this will finish on later on today and all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's race is 8 miles long. It will be on adjusted time. The UTVs will take off 2 at a time every 20 seconds. Everybody else will be 1 at a time every 30 seconds. That's just that many UTVs we need to get on course. So anytime we'll be taking a hard left and be heading down that super steep hill we were talking about.
That's the one I thought you were talking about.
Yep, nope. There's lots of steep hills here in Rush, Kentucky. And right now, he does have to back up. So it's so steep, you're carrying that momentum and you're sliding, and there's a big tree you're going to either hit or you got to back up to get around it. So I think this course is starting to deteriorate just a little bit, and that's super off camber there as well.
And that's the number 24 of Cole Clark taking the green flag.
Out of Cortez, Colorado with CRC Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class. He's got an RMS-built custom Polaris RS1 Turbo. And he kind of does this show all on his own, but he is a heavy hitter in our sport. His first Ultra 4 race was King of the Hammers back in 2018, but he won in Moab 2020, 2022. He's won in Reno. He's run in Oklahoma a couple times. I mean, this young man is fast, but I saw him putting ice on his hand this morning.
Oh, that's
he was
not good.
pre-running yesterday, and his thumb got stuck in the steering wheel. He's okay, but he was a little tender this morning. But he's going to adapt and overcome.
And that is the 2220. You have that number there. Let's see what Mr. Cole Clark will be coming through. He just now is taking that race line, finish line.
Kisses the race line. Woo. So do you see the two big tires there? You have to cross through there to do the timing loop. So if he would have blown past a little wider, he would have missed the timing loop. And then, hey, that's your fault, buddy.
But Cole Clark just came through with a 51.147.
So the fastest time to beat is Carson Atkins. So there's that white timing box as we speak. So if you miss those, if you don't go between those two tires, your transponder does not click off, and you're going to miss your time.
And on the line right there, you can see the 1571 of Scott Burton.
Scotty B with Burton Boys Racing is in a Polaris with Burton Drywall. Look at the dust starting to hang just a little bit. We could use a little bit of wind there. I'm looking at the leaves. There's absolutely nothing.
Lingering is what it's doing right now. But you know what?
But is it going to be too dusty, or is it going to be too muddy tomorrow? It's not a perfect world out here.
I personally would take the mud over the dust.
I hate washing my car after the mud. It's fun to run around in, but it does a whole different element because it's hard on the equipment. It's hard on all your ball joints.
It is.
And most of these cars are belt driven. So if there's a few water crossings, lots of tight trees, lots of fast sections. And there is Kyle Cheney, the Beaver Run Road Bandit out of Ohio with Team Momentum Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class. He's in the Can-Am, Yokohama, Team Momentum, Evo Power Sports, Raceline Wheel. Has won King of the Hammers multiple times. He's won short course. He doesn't race too much of the stuff local around here, so it's great to see him come to the regional races, and I believe he's going to run the rest of the season with us. Kyle Cheney is one to watch for sure. Another extremely heavy hitter as we see him come down that super steep drop, and then that off-camber turn, hard left. He'll be coming across here very, very shortly. And the number 76, Pete Russell, his first time racing with us out of Johnson City, Tennessee with Nost and G-Force Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class in a Can-Am, G-Force Racing, Nost Suspension, and Jamie McCoy. And then, again, this is his first time racing.
All right.
Pam, did we get a time for Kyle Cheney?
We did get a time for Kyle Cheney. He's at a 46.361, puts him sitting right now in third position. We have Carson Atkins, number 1, Paul Wolf, number 2, Kyle Cheney, third, Tyler Gibbs, fourth, and Johnny Greaves in fifth, and unofficially right now with those times. But that is how we are sitting right now.
Thank you to Optima Batteries for this amazing leaderboard. We can keep everything straight, but again, we have to dot our I's and cross our T's as he bobbles down that hill. The unofficial leaderboard is brought to you by Optima Batteries.
But that was a great run just now by Pete, and the number 76 at a 51.303, sitting in that number 9 position.
What a great day of racing we have yet to come. As we're going to do a little track maintenance, Cole Clark clipped our Raceline flag. We'll get it pet back up. There's JT Taylor, our race director for Ultra 4 USA. He's been around this world since the very beginning. He's been around before King of the Hammers was a thing, racing XRA, and then he was a race director for King of the Hammers for multiple years, and then has transitioned into Ultra 4 USA. It's just absolutely beautiful out here in Rush, Kentucky. The Rush Off-Road Park is amazing. There's George Cruz checking out the scenes, having everything. He's bringing you all the great footage. He does a lot of our B-roll and a lot of our highlights, and he's always always having fun. And we'll be debuting a documentary he's been working on. I'm not going to tell you who it's about, but it's a really cool piece. I got to see a couple blippets over the last few days, but we'll see. Check out some stuff later on today.
Very talented. There's a very talented crew out here.
Absolutely, and it's a big crew. We got a lot of people in the trailer, a lot of people behind the scenes making this happen. Obviously, Pam and I are just up here chatting away, having fun, hopefully making this pleasurable for you. But there's so many people behind the scenes that make this happen. It takes an army to put it all together.
And there's a great shot right there of the lineup. You see Mr. Jamie McCoy right there. Getting
Another
ready to go
fast
on over
one
there.
to watch. He is in the woods. He's almost like a ghost. You start tailing him and he just disappears.
And there's Rim Reed right there as well, Mr. Todd.
Turbo Todd Rim Reed
I believe
be heading
the
out shortly.
428. That's the debut car from CA Technologies right there.
Yes, that's Tony Polari.
Yes, it is.
EDD Tony with Travis Pope riding shotgun. CA Technologies is here. Saw Jeremy Dickinson out here in full force, supporting their racers.
And Eric with CA is out here as well. And this is their
Eric.
first boat side built CA Technologies Can-Am.
They build a lot of parts for a lot of these cars, and they're out here in full force. Lots of stuff going on. And another really cool thing new to 2023, all registered racers will receive Air Evac Life Team free of charge from the Robin S and Ultra 4 USA. So it's a huge, really cool thing that they put together, keeping all these racers safe, because obviously every time you put a helmet on, it's dangerous. That's why we have to have all the safety gear and everything else. And look at the great shot of all the UTVs getting ready to qualify this morning. Again, I am Miles Hasquist. Next side, Mrs. Pam Hall. We've been doing this for quite a while, and it's a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching this today.
And Miles, you've been out here for a full week almost, out here preparing race course with JT and everything. Your experience, you've been around King of the Hammers yourself. You've been around this sport for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I was running XRA, and then we heard of King of Hammers. What's that? So we went and checked that out in 2009, and then I've been hooked ever since. I've been, since 2009, I've been coming and watching all this around, and then since 2017, I've been on the live show every single race. Haven't missed one yet. And there's Tony Polari taking off.
So we have 26 cars actually that have taken the green flag this morning, counting Tony out there on race course.
Out of Greenup, Kentucky with Bad Batch Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class. He's in a Can-Am, BP Pipeline, Landview Management in development, Strickland Logging, Project Backflip, Tattoo Studio, CA Technology, Joy Designs, and Little Creek Construction. We've got over 65 entries in the UTV class. That's the biggest class we've ever had at a regional race. It's absolutely amazing. And 105. Last year, I think we had 82. Mm-hmm. So look at that, 20+% growth.
Right.
They are really enjoying this racetrack out here.
Well, I'm enjoying it too. And you know what? The spectators that are here, they're having their anniversary bash out here. They're all over here yesterday going, okay, what time is everything starting? So they started looking at the social medias to get the schedules and everything. It's just pretty cool to see, the people that are out here just as an enthusiast wanting to come over here and watch the races.
And we have people tuning in all over the world. We've got Pip Justice from Australia tuning in right now.
Hey, Pip.
He races with us. He's part of the Rufus Racing family. He's tuned in from across the pond. Great to see everybody tuning in from all over the world. Thank you to each and every one of you. And look how big this place is.
I believe, is it over 7,000 acres?
7,000 acres, 100 miles of trail system for a rush. There's the 143 of Tyler Rimreed. I missed him off the line. I do apologize. Out of Bennington, Nebraska with TR Racing, one of our MAO ambassadors. He's another super, super quick one to watch.
Oh, and he just took the number 5 position with a 49.790. He, is part of the Greaves, too, and he just overtook Johnny and CJ and knocked Johnny out of that 5th position.
I really thought both Greaves had a smoky run, but it's Carson Atkins out front, then Paul Wolf, Kyle Cheney, Tyler Gibbs, Tyler Rimreed, Johnny Greaves, CJ Greaves, Bill Hilliard, Cole Clark. Rounding out the top 10, absolutely amazing. But here's one to watch, Mr. Jamie McCoy.
Yes, Jamie McCoy. He is a trees guy. He practices. He knows how to do his driving out here. He's one to reckon with. I'm just curious. I mean, you know that he knows what the fastest time is right now, and he's going to push it to the max.
And he's been here for a little while because this is an open park. This isn't too far from him. So he's been out here trail riding for quite some time, getting everything lined out. So JT Taylor, our race director for Ultra 4 USA, is giving him a little chat. So let's give another huge shout out to Raceline Wheels, Amsoil, Mid-America Outdoors, Rugged Race Radios, Project X, and Speed Sport for making this all possible. It's getting a little dusty, but they're starting to water. It's going to be today's going to be dusty. Tomorrow's going to be muddy, but we are racing off-road at its finest.
You know what? It doesn't matter what the weather is. Racing's racing.
Racing's racing.
The sun is starting to peek over right now.
Yeah, the sun's coming out. I just had to tip the brim just a tick. The sun's coming
I
out.
saw
It's
you looking
absolutely
going, uh-oh.
beautiful. Getting a little bit of getting the best of both worlds here.
And right now, Jamie is in there solo, but on race day, he'll have John Boy in there with him.
Yep, there's a few single-seaters out here, and that's, it goes to the weight to power issue. Do you want the extra weight to have navigation, or if you do have a bobble, you need a winch, is it worth that? Lots, it's personal preference.
Right, exactly. And you see that. You see drivers sometimes, run their co-driver just to keep their car set up the way it is because they have their car set up for a certain way. And that is the 614 taking the line right there of Mitchell. I am not going to even try his last name.
Rajacoli out of Beaver Dam, Virginia with ISG Racing. He's in the stock class. He's in the East Coast Earthworks, ISG, Maxed Out Performance, G-Force, MRT, and CA Technology. Putting his car to the worst.
I looked down, we go to the next driver. As we were looking down, Jamie McCoy came through. He is in that number 5 spot with a 47.641.
He'll be very happy with that run. I do think qualifying is going to be huge because it's going to be dusty today. We were out on course yesterday, and there was a minor incident, so we went out to go check it out. He was okay. Everything was fine. But just going out there, the dust was thick, and I think qualifying is going to be a lot more important than some people understand.
And that's the 111 taking the green flag right there, Mr. John Seaman. He has this his third race with Ultra 4 USA.
He's got John Candia riding shotgun out of Marion, North Carolina. He's in the Pro Modified class with his Can-Am, MRT, CT Raceworks, G-Force, and JC Properties.
And that is his dad in that co-driver seat.
Oh, okay, that's
Yes.
cool. I love seeing the family affair in there having fun. Father-son, we saw the father-daughter out there earlier with Peyton and Jarrell, and that's just what it's all about. Racing's fun. So you want to do what people enjoy, your family, your friends, and we always say race family. Well, family's family.
Exactly. And this is one ginormous family.
There's that super steep downhill.
That is a 49.08 on the line, taking the green flag just now.
That is Jeff Donda with Philip McJilton riding shotgun, the number 4908 out of Wheeling, West Virginia with Metalworks Racing.
John Seaman just came through, taking that checkered flag in the 25th position at a 59.492. Now, John
Great
Seaman
run.
comes from the motocross world. Now, you see a lot of people in motocross, transition into four-wheel cage vehicles, and that's what he has done.
Great to see so many fast people out on course. It's going to be a great day of qualifying, a great day of racing, a great weekend of racing. So much yet to come, but thanks again for everybody tuning in to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash here in Rush, Kentucky, in the tri-state area. The sun is coming up. We started this morning at 7 a.m. It was still on the other side of that little mountain, and now it is coming up.
Well, we took the green flag at 7 a.m. We have all been out here since about 5:30 this morning, getting everything ready for these racers, making sure it's all top-notch.
Number 146, Kyle Smith and Cole Smith out of Powhatan Point, Ohio with UTV Life Racing. In the Pro Modified class in the Can-Am X3, UTV Life, RCV Axles, Rival Motorsports, DP Brakes, Warren, Factor 55, Performance Machine Wheel, and G-Force Racing Suspension. His first race was King of the Hammers last year.
Look at that great shot right there of that hillside.
There is our leaderboard on the top left of your screen.
The 522 just took the green flag.
That is Nathan Tater Saylor with Corey Moffitt riding shotgun out of Kyoto, Oklahoma, with Tater Sack Racing. He in the stock class with his Can-Am T&W truck equipment. LL Steiger, Oklahoma, Raceline Wheels, Rockin' S Oil Field. Come get you some off-road in LRD, Hess, PRP, and RCV. This is his first race here in Rush for the Ultra 4 USA race. Lots of action out there, isn't it, Pam?
Yes, it is. And on the line is the 182 of Heath Taylor getting ready to take the green flag in just one moment.
I first bumped into him at the Tennessee race just a couple of years ago. So 182 Heath Taylor and James King out of Pea Ridge, Arkansas with Taylor Racing. He's racing
Miles.
Class. We had some.
That was the 522 coming down, getting ready to go through the finish line.
So what, Nathan Tater Sailor, what a way to debut your Ultra 4 event. He was hitting me up late last night. He's super excited to be here. Tough break, but so this is a no-chase race. It's a good time to explain that. Nobody can help you except for a fellow racer or an MAO Ultra 4 staff. Make sure everybody's okay, obviously.
One has already gone out.
Over. Yeah, the co-driver flopped out, so if they can get it back up and going, he can still get a time, I believe. So, and there's Leo Donald, 23, our USAC representative out there, making sure everything's running smooth. I spent so much time putting up those flags, and they just take them out.
Miles, you do great work. All right, so they got him back on his rubber side down. Unfortunate, but you know what? I've been kind of watching that. It's getting rutted out down there at the bottom, and it's getting softer and softer. I've been I've been waiting to see if someone's going to take that too hard and flop, and that's exactly what happened.
We were looking at that, and yeah, I mean, it's off-camber downhill. We got all that momentum. I'm surprised that he's the first one that did it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's going to get even worse and worse as we go on through the day,
so
especially when the bigger cars with the bigger tires go through.
Tough break for Nathan Saylor, but remember, tomorrow's race is on adjusted time, so even, you're racing your time, even if everybody's on course. It's an adjusted time race, so sometimes starting in the back can have its advantages, but it's going to be dusty for him.
So we did have another car take the green flag. They obviously had to hold them off because of safety issues. So what they'll probably more than likely do, let him do his restart.
They will absolutely give him a rerun, yes. What a beautiful day it is here in Rush, Kentucky for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash. It's been a great morning so far, and we are just right in the middle of the UTV qualifier. We started out with the 4600 Spider Track stock class. Up next, we'll do the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, then the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, and then the 4400 Unlimited, Bam.
Man, we have 20 plus, I believe, in the 4400 class. It's going to be crazy for that, too. But there we do have the 182. This will be his rerun because he was the vehicle that did take the green flag as that flop happened. So 182 of Heath Taylor will be taking the green flag here again in just a moment.
Yeah, so obviously safety first with Saylor taking that little tumble. They'll re-rack and stack, and it looks like JT's getting ready to throw that green flag. So Heath Taylor gets another run at it.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Clear course.
I say it's kind of funny, but, he's getting a rerun, and it's like, I wonder if there's something he might have done that first time, going, I'm going to take that just a little bit wider on the next line. Getting a rerun,
yeah,
right?
I mean, you never know what happens, but look at the dust starting to linger. So we'll throw a little water at the track from time to time. This qualifier is only about a quarter of a mile, and it's a really fast first half of the section, then some tight trees, and then those two super steep drops.
And right there is the 823 getting ready to take the green flag here in just a minute. That is Levi Metzinger.
It's great to see him back racing with us. He's got his girlfriend Rhiannon riding shotgun with him. Can't quite tell if she's in for qualifying or not, because lots of people don't run their co-driver during qualifying.
All right, and they just took that green flag. Coming down the hill, Heath Taylor will be coming down to take the checkered flag here in just a second, as you can see right there.
So Levi Metzinger out of Shamokin, Pennsylvania, with Levi Metzinger racing in the Pro Modified class. He's racing his Can-Am MRT tires and wheels, G-Force suspension, Daybreak trucking, and NRP. His first Ultra 4 race was a battle in the Bluegrass in 2019. He is a fast young man.
Number 95 is Mr. Rimreed getting ready to line up here.
Oh, Turbo Todd Rimreed.
Yeah. All right, Rimreed just took off, and now on The finish, Levi just went through. Let's see what his time will be. He's always one to reckon with as well.
So Todd Rimreed out of Nebraska out on course. His son Tyler Rimreed, we saw him earlier today.
And Tyler is sitting in that number 6 position.
Todd Rimreed in that RS1 with Greaves Motorsports, TR Construction, Bobcat, Concrete Supply, Mackey Construction, and Crocodile Cloth.
And also a MAO ambassador. Number 101, getting ready to take the green flag here in just a moment. That is Todd Beckett.
Out of Pineville, Kentucky with Top Gun Fab. He's in a Can-Am G-Force Racing C8 Technologies. His first race was back in 2019. And he was second at AOP a couple of years ago. So another fast UTV racer getting ready to take that green flag.
All right, Todd Rimreed just came through. He's sitting in the number 21 position with a 56.233. We only have, Miles, we only have 6 drivers that are, no, actually 7 drivers that are below the 50-second mark.
Isn't that crazy?
It is very crazy. But I don't know if Carson Atkins' 45.812 is going to end up getting beat or not.
Yeah, Carson Atkins came out there early with he was 5 seconds faster. We were guessing that 50-second mark. He came and blew that out of the water, and it's still standing. So, he's patiently awaiting to see if he can get that pole position. And so pole position at this race will be on the right side because it's the first corner of the race is a right-hand turn. So he'll get that inner right if he can stay there, and he gets those 7 points for being the fastest qualifier for his class.
And the 817, Brian Hamby is out on course right now. On the screen right there, you can see the 440 of Jake Godfrey, but we do have Hamby.
Out of Winchester, Tennessee with limited budget racing. He's in the stock class. He's in a Polaris System 3 off-road, Adventure off-road, G-Force, RCV, Warn, TCP, Rugged, Sparco, HCR, APM, Extreme Razor, Lead Nav, and Sandcraft. His first race was last year in Moab, Utah. With us here at Ultra 4 USA Racing. Brian Hamby, we'll get a time for him here shortly. Looks like he's in that 23rd position with a 57.
Miles,
Lots
it's a great day.
Action today, Pam. This is a great morning. This is a great way to start everything out.
The 440 right there, I believe that is Godfrey. That is Jake Godfrey on the line right there from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
With Godfrey Fab Works, he's in the Pro Modified class with his Can-Am Raceline wheels, MTS Off-Road, PRP Sandcraft, Blood Lubricants, and Rugged Radios. Speaking about Rugged Radios, we have our whole team out there. You can see JT right now on his Rugged Radio, keeping all the communication flowing, making sure everything is out there running smooth. We've got spotters up top. We've got recovery down low. We've got Benji right there in the middle. There's a lot of course to cover out here. So Godfrey patiently awaiting. JT's making sure it's safe and sound for him to head out for his qualifying loop. It's a quarter-mile lap, and it's fast. I was guessing that minute mark, and they blew it out of the water. 45 seconds by Carson Atkins.
I'm really shocked that you're that far off.
And
You're usually maybe a second or two, but not, what is that, 15 seconds?
Maybe I'm scared of that drop. I'm telling you, when I first did it, I was like, at race speed, this is sketchy. But they're making it happen. And I'm really curious. Obviously, the 4400 cars are the biggest, baddest, fastest, unlimited horsepower, unlimited suspension. But this is such a tight course that I'm going to guess that 45 seconds is going to be hard to beat, even by a 1,000 horsepower machine.
I have to 100% agree with you on that. And my other thing, too, is at the bottom of the drop right before they're making that left-hand turn to come into the finish line where we just saw the one-car flop, that's where it's going to be tight. They're top-heavy. Yes, they're a little bit wider, but that's where I'm thinking that they're going to have to really check up.
But they'll have their suspension dialed. They've been, testing and tuning. We've got 20 unlimited cars out on course. That's going to be fun to watch. Over 105 competitors, 65 UTVs. I think we'll have 14 in the EMC race. We have 6 in the stock class. It's going to be a great weekend of racing for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash. As Jake Godfrey's patiently awaiting. You know, he's there. He's getting ready to take off, and then JT explains the situation. Now he's got to kind of debrief, calm down a little bit, and, you know, put it all together. It's got to be a little nerve-wracking just waiting to know that you want to go, but you just can't quite get out there.
You got to wait for that countdown. JT counts them down, waving that green flag at butterflies, right? Do you have butterflies during qualifying, or do you only have them on race day?
I still get them.
I know. I was like, I think I'd have more butterflies on qualifying than I would actually race day, because this is what matters, where your starting position is. And like you keep saying, you know, the dust, you know, today, tomorrow we have the rain tomorrow. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, 100% nerve-wracking. You've raced, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the dust, it's hard to see. Well, the mud, it's hard to see, too. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing and where you're going. Last year in this race, it was Paul Wolf, Mitch Walford, and Dustin Robbins were in the Pro Modified class. And in the stock class, it was Jeremy Blackburn, Aaron Lynch, and Brody Owen that won this race last year. So it's going to be interesting to see if Paul Wolf can back up his win. But there is a super stacked field as Jake Godfrey out of Tulsa, Oklahoma with Godfrey Fabworks is out on course.
And on the line right there is a 490 of Peyton Isabel getting ready to take the green flag, obviously with Godfrey Motorsports as well. JT giving the countdown.
Mike Seward's tuned in out of Colorado, checking everything out. He's raced with us for quite a while, and he works at Jimmy's 4x4, helps build a lot of these race cars, so great to see everybody. And look, coming in super hot is Jake Godfrey, pushing strong all the way to the finish. That should be a very respectful run. But still the time to beat, Mr. Carson Atkins with that 45.812. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. This is the 11th annual Off-Road Bash here in Rush, Kentucky. And I believe if it didn't sell out, we are right there. It's great to see everything going. 1793, that is Corey Willis, one of our sponsors at Mid-America Outdoors with PPEI Racing out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. He is Mr. PPEI Tuner, racing his Can-Am, JW Performance, HP Tuners, Jason Trailer Sales, and Double E Racing. And I was chatting with him yesterday on course. He's super excited to go fast. He's here to go fast, but he wants to have fun, get his race done, and then he's got a birthday party to get to. So he's got to get his race done tonight and then get back and head on out.
Yeah,
pretty dedication right there.
Exactly, and there we have on screen there.
So we must have missed one car, but we'll get a time for Corey Willis. Jake Godfrey moved in that 6th spot. Yeah, we did have one car pull off just a moment ago. I missed who that was, sorry. So up next in another single seat RS1 Polaris is Jeremy Blackburn out of Pikeville, Kentucky. He was here at this park a couple weeks ago, just out here testing and tuning. He is hungry to do well. He's with On the Gas Racing in that Pro Modified class. Polaris RS1, Tusk, Walker Evans, G-Force, Alba Racing, Kong Off-Road, Trinity, Elka, Double E, and All Balls. He got first at this race last year. He did well in AOP and Legends. He was the 2022 Eastern champion.
I like the safety light on top of it.
Hey, safety first.
Safety first, exactly.
Thanks again to Raceline Wheels, AMSOIL, Mid-America Outdoors, Rugged Race Radios, Project X Lights, Speed Sport, 360 Wrap, Optima Batteries, Factor 55, Warn, Nitto, Lasernut, Spider Tracks, Brannick Motorsports, Yukon, Whalen, the Off-Road Syndicate, American Outdoor Events, King of the Hammers. So please support who supports the sport. We would not be racing here today in Rush, Kentucky without all those amazing marketing partners.
And that's a great shot just now of Jeremy Blackburn going off of that jump after he took the green flag at the race line start-finish.
So Jeremy Blackburn getting chased by the drone. You can see him in those trees just a little bit. The trees are really starting to pop. It is absolutely beautiful. We've been out all week out in the woods, and the dogwoods look absolutely amazing out there.
Beautiful out there on race course.
So we'll have Jeremy Blackburn coming down the hill, that super steep section. Now we'll take a hard left. Next down that next steep drop. So Jeremy Blackburn getting that checkered flag. So we still have quite a, well, I'm going to say I'm looking about a dozen more UTVs yet to go. And it looks like that is going to be the 395 of Cam Zollers out of Canton, Ohio with Cam's Motorsports. He's racing in that stock class. He's in a Polaris Cam's Motorsports Pro Art Off-Road Graphics, Tire Spine, GBC, CR, and VW Cross.
Another great shot of them going up that hill, making that left-hand turn. I love how the qualifying is like this because it's challenging, but it's like how we did it in Oklahoma. I loved the drag race.
Yeah, we like throwing a little bit of everything. And also, we used to qualify on Friday and race on Saturday, but now we're getting so many competitors, we have to qualify this morning and race this afternoon. So JT and I were talking that we need to save the cars. We don't want to make it so hard that they break and not be able to make the race. Because used to, you could work through the night. That's what we do, right? Well, now we need to make it just a fast, quick little run because these guys will be racing here in just a few hours.
Yes, they will. They'll go back and make sure their car's good just from this little bit of run, fuel up, and get on out there.
Cam Zollers crossing through there. Looks like in the 28th position. And it's still that Carson Atkins with that 45-second run. Wow, wow, wow.
I mean, 28 cars. I can only see my timing right there, but 28 cars right now in the 57 marks. And, man, Miles, I'm really shocked that you were, that far off of me.
Well, every once in a while I miss it, don't I?
Yeah, but all right, on the line we do have the 417 of Mr. Justin Barth getting ready to take that green flag.
Out of Springfield, Missouri with Barth Racing. He's in the stock class, racing his Polaris, RCV, MRT, Walker Evans, Warren Hess, PCI, G-Force, Fox, Keller, HCR, and ZRP. His first Ultra 4 race was King of the Hammers back in 2014, and he'll be racing in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class later on today. So lots of action yet to come. Lots of people here on site watching the Jumbotron. We've got a great crowd and lots of stuff yet to come today. And I see the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axe Modified class cars starting to trickle in here. So we got about, I'm going to say, 8 to 10 more UTVs yet to go as we're watching 417 Justin Barth. And up next, I believe, is going to be the 113 of Aaron Lynch out of Powell, Tennessee, as we watch Justin Barth coming across that little side hill section. It's super off camber again. The camera never does these hills justice.
They don't, but they're
there's
great.
A lot of big drops there at the top, too, that, I'm going to say 1.5 ledges. So Barth gets the checkered flag.
Yeah, it's like a waterfall. The higher up you get, it's like a little bit of a waterfall up there, and it's straight rock. So there's going to be no giving in the dirt at all.
And the start finish is right there at that Raceline Wheels banner, the arch. And up next is the 113 of Aaron Lynch with David Young riding shotgun out of Powell, Tennessee with MFN Performance racing in the stock class. He's got a Can-Am, MRT, CT Raceworks, ZRP, Tire Spine, and Lynch Works. His first race was right here 2 years ago in 2021 for the Ultra 4 USA race as they hit that little popper jump and heading on back. So lots of action this morning in qualifying. And Nathan Saylor's the only one that's taking a little tumble. I'm kind of surprised that it's getting a little tricky out there. The ruts are starting to dig in a little bit, so I could see another one or two tumble.
The 4926 will be up next, and that will be Jonathan Strickland.
Mr. JT, another JT out there on course. We got one coming down the hill as we speak, and he is pushing hard, carrying that left rear tire a little bit. So we'll get a time for Aaron Lynch here in just a minute.
Aaron Lynch is in that number 8 position with a 49.311, but he is in the UTV stock class, which puts him sitting in the first position for his class.
So JT Strickland patiently awaiting out of high school Tennessee with 865 racing. He's in the stock class. He's got a Polaris RS1. G4 suspension. Aaron Lynch, MFN Performance. His first Ultra 4 race is right now here in Rush, Kentucky. He used to race motorcycles back in the day. He's done a little bit of everything, but JT Strickland is about to take his first green flag with Ultra 4 USA.
I love having the new names, the new faces, like we were saying earlier, the new cars. It's awesome to see so many people coming into the sport. It's just growing.
Oh, it's
bigger and bigger.
65 UTVs, that is insane.
UTVs are the fastest growing class in any racing association that is out there, and it's just amazing to see where it started and where it's at right now.
JT off the line, and we will be battling today later on, and we need to give a huge shout out to Cody Wagner with Laser Nut and 360 Wraps for providing all of our trophies. So lots of hardware will be handed out later on today and all day tomorrow. We'll have 4 races with separate races going on with it in itself.
Jonathan Strickland is about at a 49-second right now. As you can see the ticker on the screen there, 49.26 of Jonathan Strickland.
JT Strickland coming down the mountain. Beginning time for him. And look at he gets a little squirrely on that spot. That's one of those ledges I was talking about. As he crosses the race line, checkered flag. Just over that minute mark, currently in that 40th spot.
40th. It's so crazy that many cars have gone off the line this morning. Right there, the 529. Do not have his name right this moment. Winberg.
Oh, is that Corey Willenborg, I
there
believe?
we go.
I do apologize. I usually do my homework pretty good, so I'm recognizing the name with AMS, but I do not have him on my list. I do apologize. But Corey Willenborg.
Taking that line. Taking that green flag. 41 cars. Wait, how many have taken the green flag today? That makes 47.
I'm going to say right around. Yeah, and there's a few that aren't going to qualify possibly, but you don't have to qualify. You can take a rear start if you're having mechanical issues or whatever you're having. You can bypass qualifying and take a rear start.
It could be strategy for themselves.
The race is on adjusted time, so you'll have that on your side.
Some people, they could have gone out and pre-ran too and been like, you know what, it's not going to matter. We're just going to
but
not qualify.
I think it is going to matter. The dust is going to be thick out there. So, and we got Carson Atkins, Paul Wolf, Kyle Cheney, Tyler Gibbs, and Jamie McCoy in that top 5, and they are going to be pushing hard.
Man,
Corey
Corey got a little squirrely down there at the bottom just now. On the 904, Mr. Mike Park is getting ready to pull up to the line here. Take that green flag.
Great to see him back out here racing with us. They come from the mud background, but they stepped up last year and started racing Ultra 4. Mike Park, 904 with Austin Warren riding shotgun out of Callahan, Florida with Team 904 running in that pro modified class. He's got a Can-Am, CT Raceworks, Double E Racing Shocks, Evo Power Sports, Turner Axles, Rugged, ZRP, Cryo Heat, and Tire Spline. He first started racing last year at King of the Hammers, and he got first at Legends of the Fall.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so
he did.
It's going to be in last year, so it's going to be interesting to watch him. He's another fast name in our sport, kind of a newcomer, but they are coming in full force.
Yes, they are.
And now he's back on normal race course right now, getting ready to take that hard left, big drop.
Yes, they actually have the next car that will be going off the line as another part of the 904 team coming up here in just a moment. But we shall see what his time will be. Oh, you can see on the a little off camera up there that you were talking about, Miles. I haven't looked back and seen it until just now. But let's see what Mike Park gets as a time, because he came through really fast.
He came through quick. That's going to be a top 10, I believe.
Oh, it put him in.
Look at that ninth spot.
You were close. Finally, you got close with the number today. 9004. Byron starts up next. Another 904 teammate.
He's in the stock class. He's in the Can-Am X3, Evolution Power Sports, Demon Power Sports, Raceline Wheels, Double E Racing, Tire Spine, ZRP, Rugged, and Cryo Heat.
We have a few more cars going to take the line. Have them still lining up here. We have so many of us that are
and we still have 3 more classes yet to go.
I know.
We're starting to get in the Ultra 4 classes here very shortly.
All right there. We do see the drone following Mr. Byron Start there, getting ready to come down for the finish.
And we do have a few UTVs over in the watching area, so if we could get those moved, please. If you're by the Ultra 4 USA merchandise trailer and you have your UTV in that corridor, please get it outside for safety reasons. And Byron does a huge bicycle, kicks a couple flags.
That's the same flag they just put back up, too.
So that bicycle was big, but you saw how he steered right into it. That was at a great save.
Exactly what you're supposed to do.
Cost him probably 3 or 4 or 6, but hey, he saved the course.
All right, next up is the 900 of Nathan Parker.
And I didn't know Robert very well, but I want to take a quick moment of silence. His whole team is racing in his memory. He had a bad accident recently and passed away, so let's do a quick moment of silence for Robert Parker. So taking off the line, it is his son, Nathan the Phenom Parker, with Ed Reevy riding shotgun out of Dunn, North Carolina. Team Momentum Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class with Can-Am, Performance East, Wheel Pros, Dynojet, Deep Creek ATV Park, CT Raceworks, Pocket Change Fab, Mr. RPM, Fuel Wheels, KMC, Air Dam, Super ATV, and STM Clutches.
And Miles, I don't know if you know this. On their trip here, they had a tough time. They actually lost their toter home. I think Nathan's actually wearing my race helmet. I gave it to him. I said, here, if you need his helmet burned in the fire.
Yeah, they had a tough break, but they made it here, and they're making the best out of it. So his debut here at Ultra 4 USA, Nathan Parker.
He is a very well-rounded mud racer, though.
Yeah, they race a lot.
Yes.
And on the top left of our screen, you see the Optima Battery leaderboard. And up top is still Mr. Carson Atkins. And I only see about 6 more to go for the UTV class.
And Nathan came through sitting in that number 20 position at a 52.107. Great run by the young Nathan Parker.
If you are just tuning in, I am Miles Hasquist alongside Mrs. Pam Hall, and this is Ultra 4 USA. We are here at the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash. And this is qualifying for the UTV class.
That is a 710.
And that is EZ DeJong. He's in the open class racing his Polaris RS1, and it is a rental. He didn't have one ready. His buddy said, hey, why don't you give it a shot? He's taking it out there and making the best of it. So EZ is out on course.
I love it. I love it. One big family, and that's so funny that's what he put in was that he is in a rental RS1.
And you know what they always say about that? Drive it like a rental.
I wonder if that was a part of his signed contract. Oh, great times out here. The sun is out. The crowd is large over there. Thank you guys for coming over and watching this. It's a great day. It's going to be an awesome full day, 2 days of racing out here at Rush, Kentucky.
And the winner of today's race will get 1,000 points. You can go to our website and check it out. But first place gets 1,000, second place gets 975, third 965, and fourth on out gets 5 less points. You must complete 2/3 of the race to get into the points. The top qualifier per class gets 7 extra points. We have an East and a West and a national championship we're fighting for this year.
All right, and on the line is the 118 of Matthew Walraven.
Matt Walraven with Lucas Moore riding shotgun out of Oak Ridge, North Carolina. with 118 Off-Road Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class. He's in the Can-Am, JW Performance, CT Raceworks, PRP, UTV Race Shops, JRC Motorsports, Simpson Racewear, Stillo Helmets, PPEI, Hess, G-Force, Halo Lockers, RCV, Handy Lifts, Raceline Wheels, and Murray Power Sports. His first race was right here 2 years ago in 2021. He won Visions last year and got first at Sturgis last year as well. So Matt Walraven is going to be a fast, fun one to watch. He's got his son Xander racing this evening. Don't forget, we have the kids' youth race this evening at 6 p.m. Everything is Eastern time.
I love watching the kids race. They're the future of our sport. Their parents are out here racing. They're out here racing. They're learning from the best of the best out here. All right, Matt Walraven just came down, going through the race line, finish line, getting that checker front flag from JT Taylor, setting in the 22nd position at a 57.001.
So the top third, that's a very respectful run. Remember, we're going to have 65 UTVs take that start line. It's going to be interesting.
All right, Miles, we haven't done this in quite a while. Let's go through the top 10. We have Carson Atkins first position, Paul Wolf second, Kyle Cheney in that third position, Tyler Gibbs fourth, Jamie McCoy fifth, Jake Godfrey in sixth.
Seventh is Todd Beckett, then Aaron Lynch, Mike Park, and Corey Willis rounding out the top 10. As we just saw, the number 296 of Cody Martin, the Madman Martin, with Rick Spencer riding shotgun out of Gallatin, Tennessee, with Team Martin Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class. He's in a Can-Am X3, Nitro Racing, MRT, All Things UTV, EBC Racing, G-Force, HCR Trinity, and RCV. His first Ultra 4 race was here in Rush, Kentucky in 2021.
You can hear him dropping down that drop there on the gas. Definitely off camber down there at the bottom, getting a little more rutted out. But coming to the line is the number 17 of Jay Shaw.
Jay Shaw wants to give a huge shout out to Adventure Lifestyle. He used to race with us for a while and then kind of fell off, and then Adventure Lifestyle stepped up and really got him back in. So number 17, number 1 boy dog, Jay Shaw, with Bryce Lane riding shotgun out of Springville, Alabama, with Adventure Lifestyle. He's in the Pro Modified class. Can-Am, CT Raceworks. This is one of Kyle Cheney's old cars, so it's a fast one, you know that. His first race was Dirty Turtle back in 2018. Raced a few years, stepped back, but again, Adventure Lifestyle got him back in the driver's seat.
And AOP last year, he ended up on the podium as well.
You're probably right. He's a fast one for sure.
Can hear. Well, I just was watching behind us. I did not realize that jump down that you were talking about when they're making that turn to come down this last drop here before the race line finish line. Jay Shaw is definitely on the rails.
He's giving all that Can-Am will get.
That put him in the 4th position with a 46.411.
So that's second off the line on the outside. Looks like Tim Hooper's turning in. He was supposed to race but couldn't quite get it all put together. So tough break. Hate not seeing you here racing, but thanks for tuning in, Tim.
And 6:45 of Mr. Zach Pollard just pulled up to the line to get that green flag from Mr. Taylor.
Zach Pollard, number 645 out of Winder, Georgia, with East Coast Cowboys Racing. He's in the Pro Modified class with his Can-Am, Bullet, SD Lighting, Whalen, Zollinger Racing Products, G-Force. It's Zach Pollard. So we were chatting with him yesterday. He was having issues with his pumper. So he goes to Walmart last night and gets a blow-up mattress pump, basically,
an air pump at 12
and
volts.
put his filter on it. And so he's got it wired in there, and it's going to be
So
better
he actually
than
did it. It wasn't a joke.
No, it was not a joke. He couldn't get it to work, so he goes to Walmart, gets a air mattress pump, and puts her in there, and
That's
he's
awesome.
got his homemade blower going. Kind of funny.
You can hear him coming down that drop right here behind us.
Yeah, give him a shout out or check him out on social media. He was having some fun with it, and he catches the tire. I think the timing loop's still okay, but he was giving it all he's got.
He's okay. He just took over that number 6 position from Jamie McCoy with a 47.615.
Wow, what a stacked field.
Wow.
And these big tires are huge. Look at those things. Big old. Oh, he may have hit it a little harder. So, yeah, we may have to check it out.
It probably just bounced off.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. I'm Miles Hasquist alongside Pam Hall. It looks like Mitch Wofford was getting ready to take off.
Yeah, we're almost done with the UTV class right now, and we have our next class lined up over here. It's been a long day of qualifying already, but it's been so much fun. I mean, racing later on, but we've had 55 cars take that green flag here this morning. Actually, 56.
And we still have a few more to go, and then I see the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified cars just to my left, getting ready to take off. They'll be qualifying today and then racing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Today's race will be the stock class at noon, and then the UTVs at 3, and then the youth tonight at 6. So it's going to be a lot of racing. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., the EMC cars take off, and then at 2, the 4,400 Unlimited cars take off, and it's going to be a fun one to watch.
And something tonight that's fun, we do our Drivers Appreciation Dinner tonight. It's so much fun to do that, to watch the drivers talk back and forth, have a lot of fun. We did have the 253 just take that green flag.
Mitch Wofford out of Ashland City, Tennessee, with Razor Extreme. He's in a Pro Modified class and a Polaris RS1, ORV suspension, America Motorsports, all things UTV, RCV, Hickman Motorsports, C&W Pools, and Trinity Racing. He's been racing his whole life. He's got a IXCR championship, and he got second here at Rush last year, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But Mitch Wofford out on course with just a few more UTVs to go for the 4,900 UTV class. A completely stacked field.
You know,
I do not want to miss this race.
I like where the lineup is, because the guys that are coming up next, they get to see that last part of the course where it's getting really rutted out, and how they're all taking that drop. Even though the majority of everybody did do, pre-running yesterday and everything, but it's definitely fun to see these guys sitting here watching what's coming up and what's going to happen next. But we do have the 430 on the line, the 430 of Jason Wofford.
Out of Ashland City, Tennessee, with Razor Extreme. He's in the stock class. He's got a Razor Extreme, American Motorsports, Trinity Racing, ORB, RCV, C&W Pools, all things UTV, and Hickman Motorsports. So the Wofford are out there. They're going to be battling later on today.
It's so funny because you name off their sponsors and stuff, and it's like as soon as you're done, they're coming down the course. They're going by so fast. It's so crazy to see how fast they're taking this loop. Oh, and he's getting a little squirrely down at the bottom. See if I can get a time here in just a moment. But pulling to the line is the 033 of Cody Quattlebaum.
That's a brand new build. Q-Bomb out on course out of Macon, Georgia with Bandit Off-Road Racing, and does a huge roll. So he lands on his wheels. We'll see what's going on. He did a big hit. The car's not moving, so we'll make sure everybody's okay down there. Does a huge wipeout. So we're going to run down there and make sure old Cody Quattlebaum is okay. Tough break for him. Like I said, that's a brand new built car out of Cass Lake Metal.
He's out of the car?
Looks like he is out, so that's a great sign. So tough break for Cody Quattlebaum. Hopefully the car's okay. He just got that car brand new built. They were working on it last night. And so let's give a huge shout out to Cass Lake Metal for building a strong machine to keep Cody safe.
Here in just a moment, we will be able to show you guys a replay.
We're working on it. We got a rugged radio replay we're going to be playing with this weekend. As we're sitting here in the Project X booth bringing a lot of action. So, yes, the Rugged Ratios radio replay is ready to go. Let's check it out.
That's what we call a donkey kick.
Yep, and then the front bumper just barely kissed. He was on those front tires, but as soon as that front bumper hit, boom, it dug, and she was up and over. So thanks again, Rugged Race Radios, for the replay.
And the most important thing, he's out of the car and he's okay. But, man, that was not fun. Hopefully his car will be okay for the race. You know, not finishing the qualifying lap, he'll start in the rear. But that's what happens. You know, racing's racing. Anything can happen. You never know.
There's a lot of people out here riding around this weekend, but look at the great crowd we have right in front of the Ultra 4 USA merchandise trailer. Speaking about that, they've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got a little bit of everything, so go check out all the merchandise. They've got some great stuff in there. Looks like we have a couple more UTVs yet to go, but we need to make sure Cody's okay.
Got word through the Rugged Radio that he is okay, so thumbs up, and all is good. They just got to get his car off course so we can go on to the next one.
Yeah, and like you said, hopefully they can get the car back together. It's a brand new car, so who knows what happened, but man, they built a good one. It took a pretty good looking, and hopefully she's ready to roll here in a little bit. So Cody will have to take
well, she already did that. Maybe she's ready to rock.
Ready to rock and roll. And if you're just tuning in, we are here in Rush Off-Road. This is an amazing park. EB and his entire place this is just an amazing park out here. EB and his entire crew is so welcoming. They've been parking everybody. They've been helping us everything. They've been out on course helping us cut course a little bit. They're so accommodating. This place is absolutely beautiful out here. 7,000 acres, 100 miles of trails.
Amazing.
They're open 7 days a week. Come out here, check it out. You can buy season passes for $100 a year, except for special events like this one. But you can come out here anytime. Quiet hours are at midnight. But come out here and enjoy it. It's beautiful out here in Northeast Kentucky.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. The people are amazing. Everybody's so friendly out here. EB and his whole crew, like you said, have been working super hard. They've been making sure we're okay. I mean, we have our whole crew here too, but they are taking care of us, and we're taking care of them.
And taking care of all the fans and even the enthusiasts. And that's the off-road lifestyle is what we live in, and this is what we're doing here, and we're doing a good thing out here.
And EB spoke last night at our drivers meeting. So if you guys out here that are listening in, if you pass by him, give him a handshake. Thanks so much for letting us come out here.
He did speak last night. He said like 7 words. Basically, thanks for coming. But no, he's a great guy. A little quiet, but man, when we are just out here having fun, enjoying it, we'll chat about everything. Me and him we'll talk and how's your kids, whatever. Because our deal is we love taking our kids to school and love picking them up. Because that's just the 5 or 10 minutes of talking. I remember the first time I met him, that was kind of what we sparked with, and I always enjoy talking to him about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, families first, and we're the off-road family as well. So that's awesome. He's a good guy, great, letting us come out here and do this racing, and it's fun. I love this place. I want to come right here myself.
Yeah,
I get to when we're out here working.
I've been riding here all week. It's been a lot of fun. We've been out here cutting course, like I said, 8 miles. We've been trimming trees, cutting trees, and making everything happen. So it looks like Cody Quattlebaum is out there getting ready. We're going to clear some course, but we're going to take a quick break and be back with more racing action right after this. Welcome back to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Brass. And next on the line is Chris Ambergy. Bergy himself, Alex Cummins riding shotgun number 120 out of Sulphur, Kentucky. The green flag is about to roll. CTC Racing, he's in the Pro Modified class. Polaris Pro XP, NRP, Razor Sharp Customs, RSC Coatings, and RCV. So Bergy's getting ready to grab that green flag. It should be flying any second. So Bergy getting ready to grab it and head out. But let's run through the top 10 again. Carson Atkins out front. Then Paul Wolf, Kyle Cheney, Jay Shaw, Mitch Wofford, Tyler Gibbs, Zach Pollard, Jamie McCoy, Jake Godfrey, and Todd Beckett round out that top 10. Pam, that is a stacked field.
Stacked field. It's going to be so exciting when they go on later on, the two off at a time.
Yeah, 2 at a time every 20 seconds. It's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be fun. I cannot wait to get this party started. Well, we are still qualifying this morning. We just got a couple more UTVs to go, and then we'll send out the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified cars. As Bergy is out on course, he'll be dropping down that first little section. Should see him coming down that hill in just a moment. Then take that off-camber little side shot.
Yes, he'll be here in just a second. I got him in the sights.
There
That
he
is such a drop before they do this drop.
Yeah, the next drop is
the drop
pretty,
to the drop. How many drops do we have?
Jumping down that section, it is getting faster and faster.
See if we get a time for him. But going off the line next will be the 119 of Alex Rose.
Out of Waverly, Tennessee with Rose Racing. He's in that Pro Modified class. He's got a Polaris Pro XP, Fox, MRT, and STI. So Alex Rose has that green flag, and he is flying up and over this little jump. But remember, we just saw Cody Qualabom take a little tumble, so you know people are going to be checking just a little bit.
Exactly. Now it gets in the back of your head, like,
Absolutely.
I don't want to do what Cody just did.
Lots of action today. We've seen a couple tumbles, but lots of fast cars out there on course. These guys and gals are giving it their absolute all and putting on a show for you guys here on site and back at home.
And I believe Alex was the last UTV off the line today. I can't tell if there's one being hidden in my sights, but
so let's give a huge shout out to Raceline Wheels, AMSOIL, Mid-America Outdoors,
Rugged Race Radios, Project X Lights, Speed Sport,
Factor 55, Optima Batteries, and 360 Wraps.
LaserNet, Nitto, and Warren.
Spider Tracks, Brannick Motorsports, Yukon Gear and Axle, Whalen.
The Off-Road Syndicate, American Outdoor Events, and King of the Hammers.
So please support who supports the sport as we see Alex Rose crossing the line. So we'll be sending out the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class here in just a little bit.
So, Miles, we had a total of 61 UTVs take the green flag for qualifying this morning.
So we had 65, so there's 4 that didn't make it. Were they is it strategy? Were they having car issues? I am not sure. So up next will be the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. You'll see they have an orange number plate. You can have 2.5 shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel. Mechanical steering, a maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, so the same tire that goes on your tow rigs, and it has to have a front-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower. This is a great class to watch. It's a lot of fun, and Dwayne Garrettson is the one to beat. He won in 21 and 22, and then Jesse Oliver got second last year. Cody St. Clair, who's going to be our first off the line, got third last year. So we've got a great race on our hands, and during the qualifying, they'll qualify individual, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then during the race tomorrow morning, the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class and the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class will be intermixed. They'll be racing their own class, but they will take off the line as they qualify. So it's always, fun bragging rights to see who can get in front of who, because it's a tight field out there.
There's our water trailers out there giving us a little bit of water at the Raceline start-finish line.
Yeah, you know how dusty it has been out here. So we're trying to do, it's not putting a lot of water out there, but it's putting water, right? It's better than nothing.
Hey, a little bit is better than nothing.
So thanks to everybody for putting this together. What a great race we have on our hands. And we are about to kick off the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. I see the 4561 of Cody St. Clair, the Texas Kid, with Tyler Haggard riding shotgun. They'll be taking off here in just a few moments. And we're hearing lots of chatter through my rugged race radio, making sure everything's in line, making sure the course is clear, it's locked down, and it's sounding good to go. So we'll put just a little bit of water, because that's all we're putting on there. And then we'll get this next race out there and going.
We know that that's just going to get just that slight top layer of it, and it's going to instantly go right back to dust. But you know what? A little bit of water is better than nothing. I love seeing the lineup right there. Great shot there. Dwayne Garrettson will be the next one off the line. Getting everything all set. JT Taylor's over there talking with Mr. AP, who helps out over there in the lineup with Jess from USAC. You got Dwayne Garrettson, you got Troy Digby right there in the 45-14. Third car light.
So I see Troy Digby, I see Dwayne Garrettson, Cody St. Clair, Sean Reisky.
Robert, can you check?
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. There's a lot of racing action yet to go as we're patiently awaiting to send out Cody St. Clair. Again, this is the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. We are in the tri-state area just outside of Ohio, West Virginia, and we are in northeast Kentucky. We're just outside of Ashland, Kentucky. And this is the Ultra 4 USA Eastern Series opener. So if you're anywhere in the area, we still have lots of cars yet to come. So I'll give you a couple of our general rules. Driver of record must start or finish each race. Drivers are allowed one substitute driver per season unless there's a medical reason. Driver must race the same car they qualify, or they have to take a rear start. That way you can't bring your qualifying car and your race car. Minimum age limit is 16 years old unless JT Taylor approves of it, because some kids do start racing young and they have the ability to do it.
Right.
But the average rule is 16 unless we approve it. This is a no-chase race. Ultra 4 and MAO crew only, and this is a woods race, so you have to stay within 50 feet of center line of race course, because we went out there and put the lead nav course out there, so you have 50 feet either side of that to stay on course. Otherwise you're short coursing, because there's a few really tight spots where you can go a little wide, but if you do that, like JT and I were talking about, there's a tree you're going to hit, so stay on course.
You know, the map that you guys drew out when you were doing this, that was the best map I've seen of the course.
We always have some fun. So we were honestly just kind of drawn out to, we were just eating breakfast, getting ready to come out here, getting a game plan. So he's showing me the new spot on here. I was like, okay, so this over here. He's like, yeah, so we're drawing it out. And then we get done, we're like, that's pretty funny. So we took a picture, put it up on our social media. But then we went out there and GPS'd it. You know, it took us 3 or 4 days to mark course, to cut trees, to trim a lot of stuff. It's been a lot of work, but a lot of fun, and we're here. You know, it's rewarding.
We're here, exactly. You know, people that are on the outside that don't know how this all works, it's an army to put this on, and there's a small army that do it. Being a part of that core group that's out here, for a full week before the race even happens, making sure the race course is put together, putting up the awnings for everybody, getting ready for the driver's appreciation dinner, everything. There's a lot of work that goes into this, and it's an amazing crew that puts it all on. We are getting some cars reorganized over here. Cody's patiently waiting over there at the start line.
And we do have our timing up and going, so make sure you go to live.ultra4racing.com to have the same thing we have here in the Project X booth. You can keep up with your favorite race car driver during qualifying, during your race, and it'll have all of our old information in there as well. And the time to beat right now is Carson Atkins with a 45-minute run, or 45-second run.
Minutes,
wow, it's really impressive to see that young man put out here and running with the big dogs. They're really cool to see. And here's that steep downhill in that left turn. Look how burned out that is getting. And this is really off camber. So your left tire hits that. Your right tire hits a high, so it kind of puts you off camber. And then you hit the gas, and then another hard left. And there's these big ledges right here. You hit one ledge, two ledge. It gets a little squirrely down the hill. And then a hard left. That's where Saylor took that little tumble earlier. We saw a couple of bicycles down there. And look how big and beautiful this is. Look at all the campers. That's how much. I think there's 2,500 people that came out here to watch Ultra 4 USA.
Well, and I believe the park sold out. Last year they sold out. I'm pretty positive they're sold out again this year.
8th year in a row they've sold out.
And then, this is just one, I call it a finger because there's like fingers of different valleys that you can turn into. They call them haulers here. Haulers, I know.
But one over is the horseshoe hauler.
True story. But there's so many different haulers here, and each one of them are packed with campers. They're camping everywhere here. It's just so cool. There's a store right before you enter into the park if you need to go grab some ice or whatever.
And then Ashland's not too far away. That's where I'm staying, and there's like 5 hotels in that little section. There's a Walmart, a bunch of good restaurants. Smoke and Jay's, we've eaten there quite a bit this week. It's amazing. So you can come out here and rough it. You can come out camping, or you can go in town and relax for the evening and come out the next day. But it looks like JT Taylor's getting his green flag. The regular race radio sounds 3, 2, 1. Green flag for Cody St. Clair, the Texas kid with Tyler Haggard riding shotgun out of Ponder, Texas with SCR Motorsports. He's in a Tribe 16 chassis, Thompson LS 408 stroker, Turbo 400, Atlas, Raceline wheels, Cooper tires, Fox, Factor 55, Warren, Dave's Off-Road, Full Throttle Race Batters, PCS, Doggone It Saloon, and Brannick Motorsports. He started racing in Dirt Riot back in the day. His first race with us was King of the Hammers in 2015. He was third nationals in 19. He got third at MAO at the 918 last year. So this will be a lot of fun to see. Again, these are bigger cars, bigger tubes, bigger everything. This is the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified Class 2, 2.5 shocks per corner, mechanical steering, and 37-inch DOT tire with a front-mounted engine. So off the line next is reigning champion. Can he three-peat this one? We'll find out. So number 26, Dwayne Garrettson, the Ricky Bobby of Ultra 4 with Jeremy Tipton riding shotgun out of Alma, Arkansas with Come and Get You Some Off-Road. He's in a Jimmy's 4x4 Bronco, Limitless Performance 6-liter, Turbo 400, Atlas, Spider Tracks, Brannick, Yukon, Yokohama, Raceline Wheels, Brannick, Bradflow, Warren, Limitless Performance, Tom Woods Drive Shaft, Will Wood. Lots of people help him, and can he back up his win? Time will tell.
All right, we have 45-14 of Mr. Troy Digby. He was a rookie at King of the Hammers this year, did very, very well. I believe he was the only one of the 2 finishers out of the rookies class, but he just took the green flag out of North Carolina.
With Digby Racing, he's in a built Jeep LS53, Turbo 400, Atlas, Dana 60 and 14 volts with Yukon, KMC, Mickey Thompson, Rock Crawler Suspension, Fox, Ultimate 9, Trier Lights, Outlaw Off-Road, and East Coast Gear. And again, this is Troy Digby.
Troy Digby on screen right there. Yep, he's going through the trees. Look at the drone gets up a little bit higher where we can see down on race course, but he will be dropping down on that left. It's kind of you're talking about the off-camber miles. Being out on race course, some of these hills saying they're off-camber, it doesn't look that bad, but when you're in the vehicles, it's kind of kind of crazy, but there is Troy right there. Just did that left hand.
And Dwayne Garrettson with with a 55, and Cody Sinclair with a 59, as Bob Humanchuk with Chuck Twinning riding shotgun, the number 216 out of Richmond Heights, Ohio, with Nocturnal Motorsports. He's in a 4500 Yukon gear and axle modified class with the built Jeep, LS, Falcon Tire, Raceline wheels, Fox, and Barks built. His first Ultra 4 USA race was AOP last year. So great to see him still running with us, but the time to be in this class. Pole setter last year winner, last 2 years he's won, is Dwayne Garrettson with that 55, 363 time to beat. Cody St. Clair with a 59 and Troy Digby with a minute flat. So less than 5 seconds splitting out the top three.
Yes, Dwayne Garrettson in that number 1 spot. Cody St. Clair and then Troy Digby, 55.363. I mean, they're 5 seconds off, but you were close on that time for sure. It's the UTVs for the...
They were fast and nimble. Wow. Putting on a show for everybody.
You can see Rob right there on the camera. And now we do have, taking off the line, the 45-17 of Jesse Oliver.
With Randy Knoll riding shotgun out of White Lake, Michigan with Oliver Racing. He's in a Ford-based chassis built by Oliver Racing. Mass Motorsports LS 427, Edmunds Turbo 400, Atlas, Brannick, Warren, Raceline wheels, Mickey Thompson tires. And somebody took a tumble.
That is Jesse Oliver.
That's Jesse Oliver. Tough break after that.
Right on the same area.
So right where
earlier.
Cody Qualbaum took a tumble. So that jump's got a little bit of a kicker to it.
Well, that's where we were talking about earlier. You were saying about suspension setups. That's where, if you're not sure exactly how your car's going to react on that jump, you got to make sure it's not going to kick you and buck the car like a donkey kick.
So we got our Ultra 4 USA safety crew down there making sure everything is okay. Looks like they're hooking up.
Mr. AP going down there. He will be getting hooked up unless that Can-Am will get him put back over.
And through the rugged race radios, we do say Jesse Oliver is okay. So he took a little tumble. We'll get him recovered. Tough break for Jesse Oliver. Lots of great racing today for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. We've had a great day of qualifying. We still have more to go. We saw Jesse Oliver take a little tumble. We're going to take a short break. We'll have more racing action coming up soon. Brought to you by Raceline Wheels. AMSOIL, the official oil of Ultra 4 USA. Rugged Race Radios, the official communication. Project X, the official lighting to slide up the world. Broadcast sponsor is Speed Sport. We'll see you right back later.
no matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzillas definitely are second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're going to look for something that makes traction and is going to grip and rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's going to do the job right there.
Welcome back to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. I am Miles Hasquist. Alongside is Pam Hall. It has been a great morning of qualifying. We're about halfway through. We just wrapped up the stock class, the UTVs, and we're right here in the middle of the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, and then we're about to kick off the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class.
Yes, they're all lined up here behind us.
What a great day. We just saw a couple tumbles. We saw Cody Quattlebaum take a tumble in his brand new car, Tough Brick, but he's okay. We just saw Jesse Oliver take a tumble, but he's okay. So this qualifying course, you got to run strong. You got to run smart.
And all these guys behind us, they were all watching it. They're going, they're second guessing that jump right there of how to take it.
Yeah,
all right,
a lot of action.
Yes, we got the 2002 Jesse Schumann on the line.
Believe he's fairly new to us with Schumann's Welding Incorporated. So great to see another new racer out here coming with us. It's a full-body Bronco. I got to check it out in the woods. I tried bumping into him. I haven't quite chatted with him yet, but I saw him bouncing through the woods, and that old-school Bronco's looking good, looking to have a good time.
All right, JT Taylor's getting back in position. He'll be getting that green flag out and ready to wave here in just a minute.
And we're getting into the true Ultra 4 cars. These are the Swiss Army knife cars of off-road. We race King of the Hammers, Crandon, Mid-America Outdoors, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Kentucky, Lake Havasu. We go over huge rocks, mountains, short course jumps, tight trees, mud, dust, desert. Whoops. These cars do it all and do it all well. So Jesse Schumann should be taking off here momentarily. Looks like the green flag is in JT's hand. Give him the 3 count. Getting a little chatter through the race radios. We are about to go live, and here we are. Jesse Schumann, number 2002, on course.
I love the way that Bronco looks out there on race course. Everybody yesterday, going through, making sure race course is all good, taking media around, and even the people that are out watching our cars go through practicing and, doing the loop and everything, they're like, that is my favorite one we've seen out here so far.
So I missed this. I'm sorry. We are done with 4,500 class. This is the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. So Jesse Schumann is the first one in that class. So the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class will have a yellow number plate. You can have a front or rear mounted engine, unlimited horsepower. Vehicle must contain 2 seats side by side, single shock per corner, maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, solid axles only. And there's a lot of specific cars built for this, but this is a great spot for a 4,400 car to kind of retire once to get a little bit out of date. So Jesse Schumann should be our first one through. We'll get a time on him. But off the line right now is the 866 of Sean Reisky with Justin McLean riding shotgun out of Mishawaka, Indiana with 866 Motorsports. He's in a new chassis. LS3 Turbo 400 Hero TKs, PRP, JKS, Brannick, Fox, Dirty Life Race Wheels, Mickey Thompson Tires, Warren East Coast Gear, Steinjager, and Mishawaka Auto Parts. His first race with us was Oklahoma 2017, and he's got a brand new baby that was born right around King of the Hammers.
And Jesse Schumann just came through with a time of a 1:16.208. Sean Reisky's out on course here, getting ready Next up will be the number 53. That's on the line of Ryan Taylor.
And he is off. Mountain Ryan with Corey Day riding shotgun. Number 53 out of North Liberty, Indiana, with Rock Roots Racing. He's in a Trent Fab chassis, LS6 liter, 4LADE, Atlas, Brannick Motorsports, Yokohama, Raceline, AFM Industries. He was the national championship last year in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports, national and Eastern champion.
All right, Sean Reisky just came through. He is at a 51.071, so that is a great time right now to try to beat here. I mean, 45 earlier in the UTV.
I think 51 is going to be hard to beat.
51 is going to be hard to beat.
That's
he came down that
fast
hill.
Run.
Yes, it is.
So we're watching Ryan Taylor out on screen. He's coming down that super steep drop. Now, he's got Corey Day riding shotgun with him, and that's awesome because he's riding with 3 people, so he's going to know this like the back of his hand.
You can blindfold him, and he probably know exactly where every turn is. Being in a car 3 times.
The 1470 of Jeff Martin with Sam Bratton riding shotgun out of Martinsville, Indiana with Martin Racing. He's in a Get Bent Fab chassis. This is Moose Motorsports' old car, if I'm not mistaken. He's got an LS3 418 stroker, Turbo 400, Atlas, Spider Tracks, Yokohama, Method, King, Pack Springs. He's representing the United States Navy with the Seabees. Jeff Martin, fairly new to the Ultra 4 world. Great to see him out here having some fun. Miss seeing Scott Morse out here. That's his old car, but I think he's in the works of building something new, so we hope to see him back on course one of these days.
All right, Jeff Martin on course, but we do have up on the line the number 417 of Justin Barth.
We saw him earlier in his UTV, so he's doing a little double duty today. We'll see it. So Justin Barth, and he's supposed to have Anthony out riding shotgun with him. I'm not sure if he was in there or not. Out of Springfield, Missouri with Barth Racing. He's in Jimmy's 4x4 48P chassis, LS3 427, Turbo 400, Atlas, King, Walker Evans, PRP, PCI, PSC, Nitto, and Warren. His first Ultra 4 race was King of the Hammers 2014. He's been racing with us for a very, very long time.
All right, so we have Sean Moraisky setting in that number 1 position. Ryan Taylor came through in the 2nd position at a 57.438. So, roughly a 6-second difference between 1st and 2nd. Then we have Jeff Martin in 3rd, Jesse Schumann in 4th, Justin Barth out on race course, but right now we have on the line going to take the green flag as JT's counting down the 717 of Ryan Webb.
Rollover Ryan Webb, they call him, with Chris Branton riding shotgun out of Bossier City, Louisiana with Kryptonite Racing. He's in a Jimmy's chassis, LS6 with 680 horsepower, Turbo 400, SCS, Spider Tracks, Gearworks, Fox, Raceline, USD, Kryptonite Customs, Liquid Moly, D-Bomb Tuning, Warren, JE Reel, Pro Eagle, 7.5 Media, and TCGR Construction. His first Ultra 4 race was King of the Hammers 2017. So we'll see if he can live up to his name. Rollover Ryan out on course, and then they'll swap seats, and then Chris Branton will take the helm, and Ryan Webb will ride with him during the 4400 class. So it's another great way to see both sides of the track.
And on the line right now, Brian Trimp, that number 896 just took the green flag.
With Colin Morlock riding shotgun out of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, with Shallow Pockets Racing. He's in a Jeep Army chassis, GB LS 408, Tranny Tom Turbo 400, Atlas 14 Bolt, King, Mickey Thompson, Vision, Warren, Optima, Yukon, Brannick, Rugged, Ironman Off-Road, and Gilbert Brothers Racing. What kind of times do we have there?
What did you say you call him? Rollover Ryan Webb?
Rollover Ryan
All right,
Webb.
he just took over the number 2 position with a 56.650.
So still 5 seconds off Sean Reisky. If he can stick, he'll take those 7 important points for being the pole sitter for his class. And again, this is the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, and I've already seen Stan the Man Haynes himself is here, Mr. Brannick Motorsports.
All right, this is Mr. Woody Rose, number 22, all the way from Sparks, Nevada.
Great to see Woody Rose out here running strong.
I think he's our farthest traveling racer.
Yeah, he's all the way from Sparks, Nevada with Trent Fabrication. He's in a Trent Fab top shelf chassis, LSX 454, ATO Turbo 400, Atlas, Yukon, Brannick, Nexton Tire, Raceline Wheels, FK, the Auto Tire Doctor. So Woody Rose out there running strong.
And do you know who his co-driver is? Mr. Tad
Dowker. They were talking about it. I wasn't sure. Is he in there?
Yes, he got in there. Tad was having some issues out on course, but he got his car fixed. We'll talk about that later on. But he's out on course right now. And he will be in that passenger seat with Woody Rose. That are coming down here, almost getting that checkered flag here in just a moment. As you see right there, they're taking that left-hand turn for that very steep downhill.
So Woody Rose running strong on that Trent Fab. Speaking about Trent Fab, Derek, Mr. Trent Fab himself is here. Woody's dad.
And he is in that number 4 position with a 57.658. So we have Sean Ricey, number 1, Ryan Webb, 2, Ryan Taylor, 3rd, Woody Rose, 4th, Justin Barth, 5th, Brian Trent, 6th, Jeff Martin in 7th, and Jesse Schumann in that 8th position.
So it looks like the 4,400 cars are lining up already. So
I love Casey Gilbert's look.
This is going to be another fun race to watch for sure. Do not go anywhere.
Definitely not.
This is the 4,400, the unlimited, and there is Mr. Casey Gilbert and his Miller Motorsports chassis. This is going to be a great one to watch. We should have right around 20, but I did hear a couple drop out, but we have a stacked field. I mean, we have Paul Wolf, both the Bleilers, Kevin Porterfield's car's here, but guess who's driving? Adam Woodley. Great to see that name out here racing with us once again. But remember last year it was Paul Wolf and Josh Bleiler pushing. And guess
Until the
what?
tree jumped out at Paul.
Yep, and then he pushed so hard that Paul kissed a tree.
I love Casey Gilbert's car. It looks like that old STP Richard Petty style.
Yeah, the old NASCAR style.
Yeah.
Or the Love Bug. Which one you want to go with?
I like it. I'm a Richard Petty fan, so.
So it looks like Casey Gilbert and Nature Boy Nate are taking the green flag out of Fenton, Michigan with Gilbert Brothers Racing. He's in a Miller Pro Chassis, Mass Motorsports LS7, Tranny Tom Turbo 400, SCS TK Brannick, Spider Tracks, Nitto, Method, Fox, Impact, Dynamic Motorsports, Big B, Rugged, Warren, Yukon, Magnitude, Collins, and Ironman. Casey Gilbert's been around this world a long time and helps us a lot behind the scenes as well. Just a great part of the Ultra 4 family, so I expect to see great things. And he's in the Miller Motorsports car. They love the wood, so I expect to see really good things coming from Casey Gilbert. As he comes down that steep drop. And then off the line next is going to be the 47 of Philip McGilton with Dr. Amanda Ross riding shotgun out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama with V&L Motorsports. He's in a 2020 Jimmy's 4x4 48P chassis. Showfield Performance LSX 454, Maximum Turbo 400, Hero TK, Spider Tracks, Yukon, Radflow, BFG, KMC, Vivid Lumen Lights, Holly EFI, and Southern Tire Mart.
All right, Casey Gilbert's time comes through at a 51.860. You know he's got everybody at his back now, like going, I need to beat that time, I need to beat that time. So we'll see if that holds. So we do have on the line going next is the number 41 of Josh Bleiler.
Our back-to-back. Can he do a three-peat? He won the last 2 years out here. Josh Bleiler with Jared Erdman riding shotgun out of Klingerstown, Pennsylvania with Big B Motorsports. He's in a Miller Motorsports Pro Chassis, Mapco LS7, Gearworks Turbo 400, Dynamic, Atlas, Spider Tracks, Method, Nitto, Fox, Sparco, Yukon, FK, OK Four-Wheel Drive, Neverlift Engineering, and Line Mountain Racing. A former King of the Hammers winner, Josh Bleiler, out on course.
Awesome. Sorry to interrupt you. Philip McGilton just came through. He took over that number 1 spot at a 49.088.
So Josh Bleiler, a former King and a back-to-back winner here out on course, adds Chad Hunt and Rick Murray, the number 456 out of Plymouth, Indiana with Hunt's Motorsports. He's in a 2022 Miller Pro Chassis with a supercharged Mass Motorsports LS 427, 4L80E Trans, SCS, Brannick, Spider Tracks, Nitto, Method, Fox, Alltech, Radial Dynamics, Indiana, Muscle Cars, and Willwood.
All right, Josh Bleiler came through with a 49.613. Miles, I was watching Josh come down, and he just turned way before that left-hand turn.
And those Miller cars have like 50 degree steering. They just own the corners.
All right, and on the line we have the number 4 of Chip McLaughlin.
Chip happens with Diamond Dave riding shotgun, number 4 out of Corinth, Texas. Racing for Rufus Racing. He's in a Tribe 16 2-seat IFS chassis. Irene Thompson Motorsports 440 LSF 800 horsepower Turbo 400 Atlas Spider Tracks Vision Wheels, Maxxis, Eco Earthworks, Eco Staff, Baja Designs, Nice Sticks, AP Tuners, and Johnny's Custom.
All right, Chad Hunt came through to get that finish line checkered flag at Raceline, and he took out another flag. He almost came to a complete stop because he was trying to make sure he wasn't going to, get out of line there, and he took the flag anyways. It's all good. So we have Philip McGilton in the number 1 position, Josh Blyler 2, Casey Gilbert in 3rd, Chad Hunt in that 4th position.
And Chip McLaughlin's made the steep downhill. Now he's taking his last turn. We'll see if he can keep her all together, but you never know. Chip's always putting on a show for everybody.
He has that name for a reason.
He's definitely the class clown of Ultra 4 USA Racing.
All right, he came through with a 56.028, sitting in that number 5 position. We do have the 44, I think it's 25.
44-26. This is driver of record is Kevin Porterfield, but Mr. Wide Open Designs. He's been around Ultra 4 King of the Hammers for a very long time. Mr. Adam Woodley behind the wheel with Kyle Hathaway riding shotgun. Number 44-26. With Porterfield Motorsports in his Wide Open Design 2C IFS chassis, Jeff Gitter Race Engine, Maximum Turbo 400 Atlas, Crane Axles, PRP, Mickey Thompson, Trail Ready, RCV, Liberty Mountain Fab, Radflow, and Diddy's Big Block. Great to see Adam Woodley back out here. One of the biggest and funnest laps in our sport. Great to see some Adam Woodley. Great to chat with him last night. I mean, we go all the way back to the beginning of rock racing, and we don't get catch up near as much because, life happens. But we had a great chat with him and his dad last night, and great to see Adam Woodley back out here on course.
All right, sitting there on the line is the number 270, Brian McVeigh, getting that green flag.
Brian McVeigh with Tyler Beck riding shotgun out of St. Charles, Ohio with 270 Motorsports and another Wide Open Design, but it's a solid axle chassis. Jeff Ginner Race Engine, Maximum Turbo 400 Atlas, Crane Axles, Mickey Thompson, Trail Ready Wheels, Radflow Shocks, tuned by Liberty Mountain Fab, Mr. Phil Licciardi, Diddy's Big Block Race Shop, Buckeye, Dvorak, and Wilson Autoglass, and another flag
Miles,
taken out.
I think they're doing it because they want to see you get back out there and work and put those flags back up.
I'm going to make Kayla and Weaver do that.
Oh, goodness. A great day. On the line, we have the number 46, getting ready to take the green flag from Mr. J.T. Taylor, Mr. Rusty Blyler.
The Happy Pappy, number 46, Rusty Blyler with Shane Erdman riding shotgun. Out of Klingerstown, Pennsylvania, Mr. Big B Motorsports himself and another Miller Motorsports chassis, Mapco LS7, Gearworks Turbo 400, Dynamic, Atlas, Spider Tracks, Method, Nitto, Fox, Sparco, Yukon, FK, OK 4-wheel drive, Neverlift Engineering, and Line Mountain Racing. And this is woods racing at its finest, and the Blylers love the woods, so they will be a fun one to watch. We got some more racing yet to come. I see Paul Wolf getting ready to. Looks like he's going to be our last 4,400 car to take the qualifier. And remember, it was him and Josh Blyler battling all the way.
Right, number 7, Mr. Cade Rod just took that green flag.
Out of Cortez, Colorado with Cade Rod Racing. He's in a Jimmy's 4x4 single seat IFS machine. Mast LS, ATI transmission, SES, Rockstar, Nitto, Vision, Bill Stein, Black Flies, Don Wapo, RCV, Casey Headlights, and Bell Beef. And look who just pulled into 7th place.
All right, Mr. Rusty Blyler in that 6th position out of 53.822.
So Cade Rod out on course, pushing hard, but last, certainly not least, the number 1018 of Paul Wolf out of Brighton, Illinois with Wolf Racing. He's in a UFO single-seat IFS, LSX 434, ATO 4LADE, STST case, Raceline wheels, Nitto, MAO, Radflow, RCV, Brannick, FK, Hickman Motorsports Off-Road Patriot, and JB Scale Graphics. And this car didn't have an engine a week and a half ago. They've been scrambling to make it happen, and make it happen they did. We still have a few more 44 cars yet to come. They were staged in a different area. I do apologize, but we have a few more yet to come.
I think, Miles, honestly, I was talking to Mr. Hickman on Monday. They still didn't have the motor in at that point in time. But what's really cool about Paul Wolf's car, he is a single seat. He's center gravity. It's kind of like an RS1. on steroids.
And I know this is going to be a fast
he just
time.
came through at a 48.374 in that number one position. Took it over from Philip McGilton.
Paul Wolf just sets the pole position with a 48.374. Remember, it's Carson Atkins. Carson Atkins in a UTV was 3 seconds faster. But look, it's only 0.7 of a second separating the top two. Less than a second, right at a second, the top three. That is very, very impressive. Tomorrow they will be taking off one at a time, 30-second increments. It's going to be a wild, wild ride.
And here is number 124 out. King in that 124, Roger King.
Roger King with Team Robbie Bobby with Justin Court riding shotgun. They're in a Motor City Fab solid axle machine, LS3, Magnum Turbo 400, 205 T-Case, Griffin, Brannick, Curry, Raceline, Mickey Thompson, Switch Bros, ORW, Fire 8, Swayway, Rugged, and Willwood. Remember, he started racing with us back in 2012 when we introduced the Everyman Challenge classes. And he's racing stock class, he's racing 4400, but what is going on with Roger King? He makes it to the bottom of the hill and comes to a complete stop. So mechanical, maybe something popped out of gear, we're not sure, but great to see him back heading out for his qualifying lap. If you're just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. This is the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. I am Miles Hasquist. Alongside me is Pam Hall, and this is Ultra 4 USA Racing at its finest.
And there's our race line, start-finish line right there. And sitting on that line is the 4046 of Christopher Branton.
He rode with Ryan Webb earlier. So it'll be they swap seats, swap cars, and they are going to be back in action.
Getting ready to take that green flag. JT Taylor doing his countdown, and there it goes, waving along.
So off the line right now is Chris Kamikaze Branton with Ryan Webb riding shotgun. Out of Bossier City, Louisiana with Upside Down Racing. He's in a Jimmy's 2C IFS chassis, LSX 427, Maximum Turbo 400. SCS, Kryptonite Customs, Spider Tracks, Raceline Wheels, USD Stickies, Fox, Liqui-Moly, Diddy's Big Block, Warren, and 7.5 Media. And if you remember during qualifying at King of the Hammers, Chris Branton, that's why he got the kamikaze. He came over that hill, hit that rock, and went for a huge ride. Yeah, the car was okay. They had to fix it, but then Ryan's like, hey, make sure you give him the kamikaze name.
The 408 of Cody Hardesty just took the green flag as Christopher Branton's coming down the hill.
Cody Hardesty with Chris Wyant, Mr. Diddy's Big Block riding shotgun out of Louisville, Kentucky with Hardesty Racing. He's in a TMR Custom straight axle machine. Brian Tooley, LS 408, Turbo 400, SCS T-Case, Yukon, Gear Wrench, ADS Shocks, Mickey Thompson, Dirty Life, Tom Woods, Diddy Big Block, Dynamic Motorsports, Coyote Enterprises, and Dynasty. This young man is a fast one to watch. We'll be very excited to see how he does out there on course.
All right, great shot right there coming down Christopher Branton.
And off
Actually,
the line,
I'm sorry, that was Cody Hardesty. That's on screen there, not Christopher.
Off the line now is the number 906 with Tad Dowker behind the wheel out of Quaden, Michigan with North Shore Raceworks. He's in a Trent Fab solid axle machine, Bambi. LSX 454, 4LADE, SCS, Spider Tracks, Yukon, Fox, Off-Road Research, Mickey Thompson Tires, Raceline Wheels, Impulse Off-Road, Warren, Amsoil, Baja Design, and Hawk Performance.
And I'm glad that he's back out on course. Yesterday, driving media around out there, our one and only Mr. George Cruz. We've taken him to get some good shots for the show. And Tad was actually having some issues, but it ended up being a bad temp reader.
Well, sweet. I mean, these cars take a beating, so it's great to see him out. And taking off the line right now is the number 4471. That's Fancy Pan Dan Dunn out of Grand Blanc, Michigan with FP Off-Road, Jimmy's 4x4 chassis, Ginter LS, Gearworks Turbo 400, Atlas, King Shocks, Arturo Tires, TR Wheels, and PCI. His first race, Ultra 4 race, was a couple years ago down in San Felipe.
All right, Tad Dockert came through, got that checkered flag. He's at a 51.623, but Paul Wolf sitting at that number one position at a 48.374.
And that second position goes to, oh, my computer just went black on me.
Second position is Philip McGilton. Third is Josh Blyler. Fourth, Cody Hardesty. Fifth, Cade Rod. Sixth, Christopher Rand. Seventh, Tad Dowker. Eighth, Casey Gilbert. Ninth, Chad Hunt. Brian McVeigh 10th, Rusty Blyler 11th, Chip 12th, Kevin Porterfield 13th, and Roger King is in that 15th position.
What a great morning of qualifying. We'll give it just a minute or so, but it looks like I don't see any more cars lined up. So qualifying went smooth. We did see a couple tumbles. Everybody is okay. Remember, if you take a tumble, you'll take a rear start. So qualifying looks like it's wrapped up. Like I said, we'll give it a minute or so to make sure we don't have anybody that comes a little late. If they're working on their car, we try to give everybody a fair shot. But we got through qualifying very quick.
Yes,
I mean,
we
what's
did.
that, 2.5 hours to get over 100 cars through?
All right.
That's very, very impressive.
All right.
So what a good day it's been.
And Dan Dunn just came through with a 55.343, sitting in that 12th position.
So, yeah, we got about 5 minutes because when the last car takes off, we give them a 5-minute window. And if they are having issues with their car, they come back. They will hopefully get them out. But, man, what a great morning of qualifying. Don't forget, we still are going racing today. We take off here in just a little bit at noon. We're racing today, so we're going to take a quick break. Be back with some more racing action here in just a moment.
When it comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust, Double E Racing. Double E Racing.
We help build champions.
Ready for any challenge. Max's tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Max's tires tread victoriously.
Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. It's been a great day of qualifying. We're just about wrapped out. It sounds like we have about one more minute to see if we have any cars to go, but we had over 100 cars qualify this morning, and it went smooth. A couple tumbles, but the crew did a great job. Nobody got hurt. It looks like the car should be able to race later on today, but what a great morning of qualifying we had.
It was
great. Amazing.
It went by fast. It went by really fast. The drivers are all over here checking out our timing and scoring right now, so we're going to have an amazing day of racing. Cannot wait.
A great weekend of racing. And up next, we'll give you the 4600 Spider Track Stock Class results. And here they are. That pole setter getting his seven extra points is Derek Ausler.
And then we have in that number 2 position, the 4642 of Adam Collin.
In third spot goes to Doug Lanford.
And then 4th position, Mick Hinson in the 4619.
Roger King and John Lachey wrap it up. So up next, we'll go to the 4900 UTV class. And this is going to be Carson Atkins with that 45-second run. I mean, he set such an amazing blistering pass. It was absolutely amazing. But we got the Greaves up there. Paul Wolf's up there. I mean, it was an absolutely amazing shot they did.
Yeah, you said Carson Atkins, Paul Wolf, Kyle Chaney, Jay Shaw, Mitch Walford.
And then Tyler Gibbs, Zach Pollard, Jamie McCoy, Jake Godfrey, and Todd Beckett. Talk about a stacked field. And that's for the Pro Mod class. Remember, we have 3 different classes racing at the same time later on today.
And then we have Cody Martin, Mike Park, Corey Willis, Levi Metzinger,
Tyler Rimreed, Cole Clark, Dustin Robbins, Nathan Parker, Adam Cutts, and Matthew Walraven.
All right, Jeremy Blackburn, Christopher Ambergy, Tony Polari, Alan Burton, Alex Rose,
Reed Murhan, Kyle Smith, John Seaman, Peyton Isabel.
All right, and in that 31st position, Mr. Cody Quattlebaum, we saw him take that tumble. All is good. Let's just hope his car is going to get back. It's a brand new car for him.
And that is in the Pro Mod class. So we have 3 classes racing at the same time later on today. These are the UTVs, but in the stock class, it was Jason Wofford, Aaron Lynch, Peter Russell, Jody Ford, Caden Hunt.
And then Chris May, Kurt Mackey, Byron Starrett, Stephen Rogers, Todd Rimreed.
And in that 11th spot is Aiden Gilbert, Cameron Zollers, Cody Wahlberg, Keith Taylor, and Brian Hamby.
And then Ryan Dunham, Tanner Edmonds, Mitch, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name, Josh Owen, and Justin Farth.
JT Strickland, Scott Burton, Colin Smith, Nathan Saylor.
Benjamin Hiding, Dustin Robbins, Jason Tidwell, and Zach Seismic. I don't believe that those last 5 did qualify, though.
Correct, but they'll take a rear start, which is completely fine. Then we have the open class, and we have Greaves in there. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And speaking about that, sitting on there is Johnny Greaves, CJ Greaves, Bill Hilliard,
Eric DeJohn, Peyton Dunford, and Jeffrey Donda. It's a great lineup.
Yeah, the UTVs are, we're going to have over 60 UTVs on an 8-mile course. It's going to be insane. 2 at a time every 20 seconds. This race is on adjusted time, but it is going to be one to watch. Make sure you tune in. We go live at noon racing, and then at 3, the UTV race is absolutely amazing. I believe it's going to be the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class with Dwayne Garrettson, Cody St. Clair, Troy Digby,
Robert Hubachek, and Jesse Oliver. Jesse Oliver took that tumble as well. He's okay. Just got to make sure his car is good. They'll
be racing tomorrow morning, and they will take off with the 4800 class, however they qualified. So up next should be the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And I believe, was it Dwayne Garrettson who's won the last 2 years sitting on that pole position?
I would have to say this is his track.
And
he's good at it.
So here's the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. Sorry, I was talking about the 4500 class. Mm-hmm. So it's Sean Reisky, Ryan Webb, Ryan Taylor, Woody Rose, Justin Barth,
Brian Tremp, Jeff Martin, Jesse Schumann, and Anthony Vinoy. All right.
The 4400.
4400 class.
The 4400 Unlimited class. And setting that pole position with a 48.374 is Paul Wolf. Then Philip Magilton, Josh Blyler, Cody Hardesty, and then Cade Rod.
Then Christopher Branton, Tad Dowker, Casey Gilbert, Chad Hunt, and Brian McVeigh.
Sitting in that 11th spot, Happy Pappy, Rusty Blyler, Dan Dunn, Chip McLaughlin, Kevin Porterfield, Roger King.
Then Brent Moffitt, Dustin Robbins, Jonathan Dodds,
so
Tim Hooper, and William
None of
McGibbon.
these qualified,
Correct.
I know Brent Moffitt had engine issues. Tim Hooper wasn't able to make it, and William McGiffel couldn't make it either. So a tough break for a few of them. But here's the schedule for the rest of the weekend. So we will go live racing here at high noon. Remember, everything is Eastern time out here. So be sure to tune in the rest of the weekend at high noon. It is the 4600 Spire Track stock class, and at 3 p.m. the 4900 UTV race. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And the future of our sport is tonight at 6 p.m. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, intermixed with the 4800 Brannigan Motorsports class. At 2 p.m. will be the 4400 Unlimited class. It has been absolutely amazing for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. I am Miles Hasselquist alongside Pam Hall. We just wrapped up qualifying. We'll go racing here in just a couple hours for the stock class. Then the UTV, what do you think, Pam? It's going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be amazing. Our whole entire crew's been out there working hard today. We're going to get ourselves all reset. If you guys want to make sure you tune in, it's going to be an amazing afternoon. Tomorrow's going to be amazing.
Yeah, today it's going to be dusty. Tomorrow it's going to be muddy. But that's what Ultra 4 racing is all about. I can't wait to get the action started. The qualifying was amazing, but racing comes up here in just a couple hours. We will see you in just a moment.